Drake got caught touching on who? They poke Kendrick and where? JT saying she trying to slap who for crab legs? Man, we better find out all here on Tales from the Crib. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. While you at it, make sure you hit that like button. While you at it, make sure you hit that notification bell. Because if you here to be messy, man. You already know. It's your boy, Jesse J. Phyllis Supreme 305 with my co-host.
Chico Grande Chico, 2 times. What is up? Tales from the Crib. Another episode. The beef's going strong. We got the flames in the background because we're getting some fire versus
everybody.
The rap beef is real.
Hey,
hip hop is alive.
It's crazy out here, man. I had to bring out the puppies, man. And they ain't talking, Kim. Man, we ain't going like that too hard, man. It ain't 5 minutes yet, but hey, it is episode 155.
I didn't know you had puppies, co-host.
Man, whoa. First off,
you said you had to bring out the puppies.
Listen here, man. I love y'all.
Just kidding. Welcome to episode 155. Apparently,
hey,
my
man.
co-host is bringing out the puppies. You didn't bark like DMX.
Nah, man. You know, I'm disappointed, man. Co-host, I'm disappointed. Nobody
sounded like a hamster.
I mean, nobody wanted to give us a Netflix password to watch the Tom Brady roast.
Oh, I actually do got someone's Netflix password. I just haven't watched it yet. Sorry, co-host. You gotta surf the seas to find the link.
Listen, man, when you thought you knew somebody, man, if you don't know your co-host, if you don't know your partner, man, who do you know?
If you don't know, now you know, sucker.
I always knew you was a Biggie fan.
No, Biggie sucks. Tupac for life. West Coast.
So you starting on beef early? You going to beef early?
Beef is already going on. We might as well start beefing. We see what it's doing for Kendrick. We'll see what it's doing for Drake. Mm-hmm. And we see what it's done to J. Cole.
He'll be. Can I say that already? It's too soon?
It's a little too soon. Okay, but apparently Kendrick's probably has his feet in the sand at the beach.
Did you hear that Schoolboy Q said that, Schoolboy Q told J. Cole that he needs to back out of the beef, and that's the reason why J. Cole backed out of the beef?
No, I just think J. Cole's a punk.
I tried to save you, Carolina. I tried to save you.
Carolina couldn't save itself. But I guess J. Cole couldn't handle the Friday night lights. At the end of the day, the lights was too bright. I cannot see. I'm legally blind. Oh, Lord. What was it? Port Arthur, hold me down.
Yes.
I'm legally blind. I cannot see. But you know what we can see?
What can we see?
All the disses in the air. Someone's going to get popped, I believe. We're going to start it off with the timeline. We're going to see how this all unfolded. Me and my co-hosts are going to give our opinion. Let y'all know what we've seen on the internet as far as in the comment section on YouTube, Instagram, and such. But we got to start with the timeline so we could break it down. We got October 6, 2023, first-person shooter with Drake and J. Cole, where they talking about the big three.
Fire song.
We got March 22nd, where Kendrick hops on Future Metro's track like that and has some dissing.
Even Fire song.
And then we have the Punk of the Millennium, J. Cole dissing in 7-minute drill and then 2 days later deleting it. But I guess that's why he called it Might Delete Later.
I mean, yeah.
Did you like that song?
I did. Even though I kind of forgot it right now because it's been so many, like you see right now, there's been so many songs coming out.
This is like a whole collab
I can't even keep up. But I mean, he did keep the album. The whole tape is still on. The whole mixtape is still on all the streaming sites. But that one song, if you want to find it, I'm pretty sure
you gotta go to YouTube. We got Future, Metro, and ASAP dissing Drake again, and then we got The Weeknd hopping on and dissing Drake. We got Drake coming back with push-ups. We got Rick Ross throwing his hat in the game.
The best song in the whole thing. Hands down.
Song is like a 4. Don't listen to my coach.
Stop playing 4 out of 5.
We got Tailor Made Freestyle by Drake and the AI Tupac.
Uh-huh.
We got the Like That remix with Kanye, where he put that track. We got Kendrick dropping track. We got him dropping Euphoria, 616 in LA. Drake comes back with Family Matters and the Buried Alive parody. And then we got Meet the Grams by Kendrick, Not Like Us, which people thought is a club banger. Everyone's sea-walking to it. And then we got The Heart Part 6, where Drake is mocking Kendrick.
Hey, I mean,
So that's the timeline we got so far. It started on October 6th of 2023, and we're on May 6th when we were recording this. But yeah, man, what are your thoughts, co-host?
first off, this is way too many songs. I don't care if Drake waving the white flag. I'm waving the flag for everybody right now
You're
because
sick of going to Genius?
I'm sick of going to Genius. I'm sick of having to decipher these songs, all these triple, quadruple entendres. I don't care what y'all gotta say. Oh, you not smart enough. Your vocabulary is yeah. Listen here, I'm graduated from Florida. We #1 in education. Get it right. Check it. But like I was saying,
You
man.
just lost everyone.
What? We is check it. It's in the stats. Yeah,
You're
I
talking
forgot.
about some random
They
year.
Kendrick Lamar fans. They don't believe in proven fact
You don't
checking
have to
nothing.
prove anything. You just gotta say it.
Basically, because that's basically what's going on. Kendrick Lamar said that Drake is a p word, but he don't want to answer the question. We want to know the facts. The facts is what's up with your manager Dave Free and your fiance.
Yeah, I mean, we got some of this is the latest song. So as of right now, the Heart Part 6 by Drake is the latest song, and he used Dave Free's comment under his wife's Instagram post. She doesn't even follow Kendrick, but she follows Dave Free, and he put a heart underneath a photo of her and one of the kids, and it's alleged that one of those kids might be Dave Free's. And so he used that comment as actual cover of the Heart Part 6. So Drake is definitely going for the heart. I feel like it's a softer song, but what I don't understand is like when Kendrick, before he dropped his latest song, everyone was like, "Oh, Kendrick is dropping these like super rapidy rap songs. Like it's really breaking it down. He doesn't have to have a hype club beat." And I feel like that's what Drake did this one. He addressed all the allegations. He threw some shots back, and it was kind of like one of those chill rap type beats. And but now I feel like people are trying to give him deductions on what they were literally giving points to Kendrick for.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. Everybody's saying, "Oh yeah, this the Heart Part 6 is trash, is boo boo," but I'm sitting here like, I mean, think about it. You going battling back and forth. Kendrick Lamar just said you the P word. Before we go any further with this, I don't care about all the other stuff. Like, you gotta address this. So that's why he put a pause on it. He addressed this situation. So I don't understand why people feel like, oh yeah, Drake really waving the white flag, even though he said that. I mean, like, you already know he got something in the tuck. But like he said, Kendrick Lamar finna make this thing last until like 2027. Like,
I mean, really, Kendrick fans should be thanking Drake. Because basically, Kendrick likes to drop music like once every decade.
What, every 2-3 years, basically 2 to 5 years.
Every 5 to 7 sometimes. I feel like that man went on a decade tour with
because you don't count
City.
The Pimp a Butterfly.
I don't think anyone counted that.
It was alright.
You didn't like it.
It was alright.
This man said it was pure garbage when it came out. Don't let him fool you. But we're gonna go deeper into the bars. We said that Drake said this was actually, I believe, like the closing line. Whitney to Kendrick after hearing Drake say, oh yeah, this is the actual line. Whitney, you can hit me if you need a favor. I say when I hit you back, it's a lot safer. Because allegedly Kendrick is a domestic violence.
They don't care about that. They don't want to answer that question.
And yeah, what like y'all said is everything's true about Drake unless he addresses it. So Drake addresses his crazy accusations, but then Kendrick hasn't addressed the domestic violence, what this is, I thought was the lowest of blow. Because I think back in the day, this would have been the final shot. This would have been the nail in the coffin. Drake said every time Kendrick listens to Touch My Body by Mariah Carey, he sees the face of his uncle playing with his cheeks. He got his manhood taken.
That's I often say you making that up, but I look at it right there. He said that for real. This rap beef has got too disrespectful. Like, it's just on a whole nother.
I'm not really a Kendrick fan like that to listen to all his music. I like music that gets me hype. I like music that I can add to my playlist for the gym, gym playlist that gets you going on the treadmill while you lift weights. But man, I don't know how you come back from that. I had no idea that Kendrick put out a song where he said that he was taken advantage of.
Mr. Morale.
And then they said that at the end of the song, he said it wasn't true. or something like that he took it back, and then it was actually just his mom that got taken advantage of. But I'm like, but at the end of the day, everyone thought I got taken advantage of or something like that.
So why would you even make that song?
Yeah, I don't know. It's you read the lyrics and it's just like from everything in the song, it sounds like you got some trauma, dog. You know what it sounds like? Sounds like you got some
emotional damage.
You know, if I was Drake, I would have went full on gloves off and came out with this song titled Power Bottom.
True, and I mean,
do you think Kendrick's a power bottom?
You got jokes, but nah. I mean, but in the beginning, I was like, man, you know, Kendrick dropping these quadruple entendres, you know, getting everybody back in the rap. I like that. I mean, because we haven't really had that feeling in a long time. I mean, everybody's been on this whole Sexy Red, Sukihana, JT, City Girls type stuff. But I mean,
just
the fact,
this guy.
But the fact that Kendrick Lamar came in with the raps, and then even though, I mean, the allegations may be fake, even though nobody's talking about that. Allegations may be.
Sorry to interrupt, but everyone I even forgot. No one is talking about that Drake said that he planted the information about the daughter to make Kendrick look foolish, and then he had that photo that was basically all just memes to make fun of him, and then he changed the thumbnail on the photo. Because it had like the shirt that said Shorty making fun of Kendrick's height. It had the Maybach gloves next to the weight loss pills making fun of Rick Ross on Ozempic. So at the end of the day, he got Kendrick to use a photo that he wanted him to use to make him look stupid. And it's like if he literally took the bait and went for it and then had to go back on it, and now it's just, if you look, like go on Apple Music, you can check right now, you can fact check me. It's just a black square. The original image is gone.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, I don't understand how people are just looking over these wins, you know.
Because
I'll give it to Kendrick. That song, that beat is catchy.
The newest one?
But at the, the one with, the one.
DJ Mustard?
Yeah, well, you know, that's where I was going with it. DJ Mustard made that beat. And it was even crazy if y'all are following all the outlets and checking everything. They said DJ Mustard had a set in Las Vegas and he played nothing but Kendrick all night. I mean, not Kendrick, Drake all night. And then it wasn't until like the club was dying down and about to close down for the night that they played Kendrick at the end. I mean, it's like, how do you do the beat for someone in a diss track and then play their op the whole day?
See, I mean, I don't want to trash Kendrick.
Even his own homies ain't supporting him.
I mean, I want everybody in California supporting this song. This is bringing all the hoods together. It said.
I mean, at the end of the day, they're both corny. I mean, because the rap beef is supposed to be like, I'm going to hurt somebody. It's not about making up lies. They looking like Mean Girls. Both of them look like Mean Girls. You remember the movie Mean Girls?
I remember the movie.
Where they're like, I'm putting them in the burn book. They're both putting them in each other in the burn book.
Not the burn book.
They're acting like little sassy and classy. It's just a phony, you know. I'm not like some super Drake head or anything like that. If y'all think I'm defending him, I actually thought he was corny when he came out. But all the girls loved him, so you got to get down what the girls are listening to. Because you know they're gonna want to hear that. But I thought back in the day Drake was actually really paralyzed because he was on Degrassi.
For real?
And then his first video, he's sitting on the bleachers all the time. Or I don't know if that's his first video. But
So
that's
you
the
never
first
watched
one
Degrassi on Noggin? I mean, all the real Day One fans watch Noggin.
No, I mean, I was done with.
Comment down below if you ever watched Noggin.
Like child's television by the time I was like a junior or sophomore in high school.
Makes sense.
I mean, you were still watching it as a freshman in college.
It was before freshman. I was freshman in college. You got jokes.
Oh, and then like with all this stuff that's coming on, like man, like, everyone was calling Drake a Fender. Because you want to go to that?
We can already go to it. I mean, it's just crazy how everybody's talking about Drake and this Kendrick situation. Every time you mention to these people, well, so what about this part right here where Drake said that Dave Free is your fiance's baby daddy, or you proposed to your girl in 2015 and 2024, you ain't doing anything, or you ain't share your kids, and everybody always say, oh, but Drake's a P. I'm like, he already talked about that. Like he said he put it in the song, and then if you look at the comments under, before I let you go, I hate when I watch comments under this, and everybody says, oh yeah, so but Drake didn't acknowledge the P word. Yeah, I'm like, have you listened to the song?
That was literally the whole the heart.
Exactly, like the whole heart was like, oh yeah, Drake didn't talk about it. I'm like, what you mean? But I mean, what you finna say?
Basically, what I wanted to break down with it is like, I feel like that a lot of people are being biased.
In fact, I've never seen this many Kendrick Lamar fans in my life. in my whole life.
I don't think I've ever heard. I mean,
Kendrick Lamar right now has like under like 50 million subscribers on Instagram. Drake has like 150. Makes no sense.
The last song that people were playing from Kendrick on the aux cord that you heard constantly was Swimming Pools. Pour up, drink, headshot, drink.
I remember We Gonna Be Alright.
I don't even know if I'd hit
Loyalty, fire with Rihanna. Best with Rihanna.
That's how long ago he has another hit when Rihanna was still making music.
He had a hit on the album with him and Kodak on it. I mean, but I understand what you're talking about. I understand. I feel you.
This is what I wanted to get to. Yeah, like with Drake's stuff, he's actually proved against the allegations.
True.
And with Kendrick, he hasn't addressed anything. And I feel like if the roles were reversed, that people would be crucifying Drake, but they're already crucifying him regardless because they just hate on him. And then they said that 17-year-old girl that that he was inappropriate with her on stage, and she actually, her birthday was that night, so Drake doesn't pull the girls from the crowd. They always, you've seen that on multiple shows where they pull girls from the crowd to have possibly be on stage.
The entourage pulls them out for you.
Yeah, the entourage pulls it out. And when they asked her, she said she was 18 because she was literally turning 18 that night. So, so, I mean, it's not people are acting like that. He is like, brought like a 12-year-old on stage or something.
But you know what I seen after that? Like once they debunked this, they started showing like a whole bunch of other girls, and somebody was like, "I'm sorry, Drake is like an international star. He's gonna take pictures of a whole bunch of girls."
I mean, yeah, a lot of his fans are girls. Like I said, that's the only reason I gave him a chance because that's what all the ladies wanted to listen to. But I think people also forget they're trying to crucify him. He's in his 30s now, but back then he was in his low 20s. So if this girl's 18 and he is like, I think he was like 20 years old when it happened. I mean, that's 2 years. Yeah, there's some people that get married to someone that's 5 to 10 years age difference. So 2 years at that time isn't really anything. And the girl herself came out. So y'all talking about proof. The girl herself came out and said that he was not inappropriate, and she didn't feel that he did anything inappropriate.
But of course, you already know people commented below that and was like, "Oh no, this is exactly what a traumatized victim will say. She's still traumatized about this." And
apparently,
I'm like, really?
She's so traumatized that she's a college-educated woman. I think that she was saying that she was studying for some type of like special degree or something, or master's. So apparently, she's doing pretty decent in life.
Like a psychology degree or something like some type.
I think something better than that. I think you're lowballing her.
Psychology degree is lowballing?
I mean, psychology is like for people that like to play in college.
That's like people that want to be what's it called? When they want to work for the jail people.
Oh, criminal justice.
Yeah, I'm going to school to be criminal justice major.
Sounds like this guy.
All right, but we got a video right here, man. We got it all, man. We got the girl. We got the situation with the girl on the stage.
We're 18 minutes into the show, and we're still on topic 1.
It's amazing. And also, man, we got Rick Ross putting his 2 cents in, and Gilly the kid, the chicken man, saying, man, this is all fluke.
I actually gained more respect for Gilly after I heard the chicken song.
You heard the
10 out of 10, phenomenal.
Play the video.
That's my new chicken dance song when I get chicken.
Man, he on the stage with the girl.
Does it have audio?
Yeah, you closed it, turned it off probably.
Let me see.
You turned it low. It was on.
No, it's on. Okay, so this is her responding regarding that video. I was 17. I'm 31 now. Crowd of people, not Drake. Always bring up fans. Nothing then, nothing now. That I've cleared up these allegations.
Then we got interesting facts. The Kendrick Lamar was supposed to be featured on the first shooters on the Family Matters. On the Family Matters, it was supposed to be that was a Drake van.
This is what I was talking about earlier, where the picture, you see how it says Shorty Collection. That was supposed to make fun of Kendrick, and then you see the Maybach glove with the weight loss medication to make fun of Rick Ross. Like the whole thing was a troll.
And then the whole the Euphoria song had the biggest streaming day, this record, the 8th. I can't believe that. And then the whole restaurant thing. I didn't get the whole Chinese restaurant.
Oh, they said that I think Drake was robbed for his watch at that restaurant.
Then Alchemist over here being a criminal. I can't believe he did that.
And but okay, hold on. They say, I want to bring us back on screen. They say that Kendrick's for the people, right? Kendrick supports his people. He's getting on Drake for being too white and he can't say the N-word. But then he's over here dating some woman that is a very fair complexion and having children similar skin tone to Drake so that, their light-skinned kids could hang out with each other. So Kendrick, for being so, pro for his people, is not being for his people.
I mean, I guess, but once again, Drake a P. He's a P. He be taking pictures of underage girls. It's just crazy out there. You can't. How's he out there doing that? That's what everybody wants to say. They want to dodge all the questions. I could have sworn I put audio on this. This is crazy. All that hard work you put in, and then something happened to the audio.
Yeah, it's all right, cuz.
Watch my co-host deleted it and re-put it in. I'm gonna have to part sensing them.
What?
Exactly. Nah, but I mean, the fact that this is the 8th biggest stream. If you go on all the streaming services, they'll say that Kendrick Lamar has the number 1 and number 2 song that's on all streaming services, which is great.
Oh, that's what I was getting to. So putting on for his people, right? You know how I said about him and who he ended up wifing up or not wifing. I guess they're engaged and never married. But then he gets the Alchemist to do his beat. So he's trying to do all these soulful beats and all this stuff and these rapidy rap beats. And who did he need to make that song happen? Who he needed to be the maestro for the song? A white man.
What?
So at the end of
Am
the
I
day,
supposed to slap my co-host because of that?
what?
Comment down below. Does that deserve a friend backhand? That what my co-host just said.
I'm just saying.
Hey, but I mean, I understand what you're coming from.
I'm just saying the light skins are making a comeback.
I mean, Drake did say maybe that's the real reason why Kendrick Lamar didn't get married was because who he really wanted to be with. But I mean, it doesn't make sense. And also, they didn't talk about how you married a black woman. You talk about all this black power, but you cheat on your black wife with white girls.
And then he allegedly beat her. And people say, "Oh, that's fake. That's Drake throwing out nonsense. How can he talk about Kendrick throwing out nonsense when he's making up lies?" But it was literally such a big rumor that when Kendrick was on, what was it? What's Charlamagne's show?
The
Breakfast Club. That they literally asked him about allegations about him beating her. Because Angela Yee had gotten wind of it, that there was rumors circulating that Kendrick was a domestic violence type person.
And that's when they started doing interviews.
Angela Yee doesn't hold any punches, so she asked him straight to his face, "Hey, I hear this on your name, dog. Like, what's it about?" And he goes, "Oh, it's fake." But how are all these people hearing about it? And how is there a whole thing about a cover-up story? So I think it's crazy for him to throw out these accusations where you literally have people speaking up for Drake. Millie Bobby herself. What was the other actor from Stranger Things said that he was friends with all of them and kept in contact with all of them and was nice to all of them and there was nothing weird. And also you got to think about it. Everyone wants to go about Drake's past. Like Drake's in his 30s, so if you go in the past, that means he's in his low 20s or late teens.
Actually,
so it's like, oh, he's hanging out with young people. He was young at that time. Like they said, that girl's birthday was that night or the next day, so she was literally 18 years old, and he was 20, and they're trying to act like he was Leonardo DiCaprio, or man, people don't even want to talk about what's his name,
Tyga.
I mean, Tyga's bad
And
as
Kylie
well.
Jenner.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. But what's his? I forget that one super old actor.
Which one?
It was in Bad Grandpa or Dirty Grandpa.
The one that got Robert Downey Jr. Is it Robert Downey?
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro.
Yeah, didn't he have he's 80 years old and he just had a kid with a girl in her 30s, and no one bats an eye. Or Leonardo DiCaprio being 40 years old, and once his girl has hit 24, he dumps him and goes back to someone that's 20 and stays with her until she's 24, 25 and dumps him again.
True.
I mean, it's funny how people that are high up in the celebrity echelon that they're always allowed to date down and get supermodels and stuff, but then when Drake does it, it's weird. But when all these other people do it, no one has nothing to say. And I really haven't seen too many moments. And like they said, he was 20 at that time, and that girl was 18. So that's not. I thought he was
going Google Gaga over Rihanna and Nicki Minaj the whole time. I didn't even know about this 17-year-old thing, but yeah, it's weird. This whole.
I mean, I think that's all you need. She literally came out herself. Y'all didn't have to go looking for her. She came out herself out of her own free will and cleared this man's name. And then you have multiple people that they wanted to say, "Oh, he was bad with this person or this person. Here's the evidence." And all those people said, "Nah, he did nothing wrong." So you think everyone in the world is lying for Drake? I think Drake has enough money that people would want him basically blackmail him. If he did anything wrong, they'd be like, "Hey, you better give me some money or I'm going to go out with this." Because they wouldn't let him go free like that. You know how people are sue happy these days. They'll sue for anything.
True. I mean, speaking of that, people suing. He's also, and also nobody wants to answer the question how. Oh yeah, you calling Drake a rat, and you calling Drake a rat. You saying Drake doing all this stuff like 1098 Jake is out here. He catching everybody.
I mean, we saw how we ended Real Boss and Richie's career, but somehow Gunna survived. You millennium kids are ridiculous.
They pick and choose. You pick and choose what you want to do. I mean, what you want to basically politic. But
so Real Boss and Richie is snitch, and his streaming numbers go to the dumpster. But Gunna, you're like, he ain't snitch on me though. Everyone that ever commented that, I wish you get donkey kicked in the face.
You get donkey of the day.
Or falcon punched in the temple. Take your pick.
Horrible. But comment below, man. Who you got during this beef, man?
Oh, and actually, people were talking about all these different polls because, you know, any type of kind of big name news outlet was putting up polls, and they were getting different results. Some polls were saying Kendrick won. Some were saying Drake won. I know that they said Rolling Stone said that Kendrick won. So, but it's funny how people was like, Drake's not even... he's too light to use the N-word, but they want to go to Rolling Stone, which probably has like a 95% white fan base, and then they want to say Rolling Stone is a deciding factor. But then you got XXL here, which has actually been a hip-hop magazine for decades, and they actually have over 413,000 votes, and I believe they had Drake winning 60-40.
All I want to say is all you blog pages and all you XXL pages, y'all need to please remove y'all mouth off of Kendrick Lamar C. Because, I mean, even though this one song is hot, y'all is not paying these double and triple entendres. None of y'all was listening to Lupe Fiasco. None of y'all was listening to Common. That's why he went to movies.
None of y'all was listening to Black Star.
None of y'all was listening to Black Star.
Who was in Black Star?
Most Def. He went to movies. So I mean, all this stuff like
rewind.
Yeah, all this overhype on Kendrick Lamar. Like a lot of y'all just want Drake to lose, and I mean, guess what?
I mean, I was a Drake hater early on in the day. I thought he was corny. I thought he made songs for girls, but I feel like he turned a corner when he kind of embraced, making kind of more street records type of songs.
You know what else? Nobody wants to talk about how Drake called Lil Wayne lame and fake. Cause he said that in the song. He said when he talked with the Moes, I bet it was Lil Wayne, and he said that in the song.
I didn't even catch that.
And nobody wants to talk about him talking about Wayne, which is crazy. Unless it's a Wayne on Kendrick's side, he's only Lil Wayne. So I want to know about that, but nobody wants to talk about that. They always want to hush up about that part. And then with the Future, he said, "Oh yeah, I'm heard about the Future thing. Me and Future ain't really had no problem."
I mean, that's pretty cool that he did that because he probably likes Future so much that even though Future could be like a little bit of a hater, he's like, I'm still not gonna diss him back.
Before we move on, we got to talk about Metro Boomin.
Shut up, make some drums.
How do you feel about that diss track that Metro Boomin dropped?
Booty clap beat.
And
how you make a beat that has a sample talking about another man's butt? Oh, and speaking of Metro Boomin, he was really going hard on X, Twitter.
Yeah.
And talking all this mess about Drake, but then everyone went back and found all his old tweets, and he has all these kind of
crazy
pedo tweets.
AJ number singing like R. Kelly.
Yeah, he was saying, he had a lot of bad stuff. I can't even remember it, but so it's funny, like, the internet doesn't forget. Like, you want to say some nasty stuff about someone, they're going to look it up and be like, well, weren't you saying the same type of stuff or acting like the person that you're currently criticizing? So Metro just takes L after L. He just needs to retire and try to come back a few years later.
But he's a producer, so it doesn't matter. So he can stay under the limelight. At
the end of the day, I mean...
The day going to end.
Exactly, Glorilla. At the end of the day, I think, Kendrick's last song was definitely, he finally made a club-worthy song, but I think that it's invalidated because he was fed lies and fell for it, where he even had to change the thumbnail of the picture because it was something that he fell for. It was a troll. And then all the stuff he said about Drake was fact-checked, and the people even involved disproved it. But Kendrick still hasn't addressed, did his chick get pregnant by the homie, and is he raising another dude's child? Like, his girl just had a baby with someone else on the side, and it's his homie's baby, which is like, That's the worst form of disrespect. You can't go back after that. And then also, was Kendrick... I don't know if I want... Was Kendrick...
Stop. No, calm down. But...
Was Kendrick...
No, relax.
at the wrong end of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Okay, I like that one.
Did he get Wonka'd?
But before we move...
Man, I don't understand. I mean, if someone snitched and they were a rapper, like, not even 10 years ago, their career's done, cooked. No one would respect them. Their streams would die. They wouldn't make no money. And it's like now people don't care, all these year 2000 kids. And now you got this artist claiming that his cheeks got took, and y'all were like, you shouldn't talk about that. Like, no, his career's done. I ain't listening to no rapper that got his cheeks took. Like, you're done. Like, how could I ever listen to you about being hard? It's like, what happened to being hard when you were getting hard on?
Oh, you went for a nuclear on Kendrick?
I mean, it's just at the end of the day, like, you're done for life.
Oh,
you
Lord.
can't come back from that.
Listen,
like, how would I ever listen to you or be inspired by you? I mean, you would have to.
Now,
you can't come back from that at the end of the day.
Now, before they label us Drake D Riders, because I don't want to say the word Drake D Riders, I just want to say this. It's been this long. You've been in a whole bunch of people's cars. Ain't nobody paying to Kendrick Lamar like that. You was not hearing Kendrick Lamar unless it's featured Rihanna. It's not really being played like that. Unless you're in California, which is the biggest populated state in the United States, you're really not listening to Kendrick Lamar.
Y'all know what the baddies play. The baddies are playing Drake, and the baddies are playing Bad Bunny.
Beyonce.
I don't really see too many baddies playing Beyonce
the country
these
album?
days.
They went to when the concert came.
I mean, when it came out, I saw a lot of ladies post it, but I didn't see. I was like for a week. I didn't see that staying power.
Okay.
Comment down below. I still haven't really listened to Beyonce's country album. I don't care about country.
We heard it in the car. I made you listen to it. It was my pick of the week.
I hate country so much. I probably just like muted my ears and zoned out.
Cut them off. Julius Caesar style.
And it's not just. I'm not saying Beyonce country. I'm talking about all country ever made by any
Reba?
person.
The Dixie Chicks.
I hate it. I don't like any country. I don't live in the woods. I don't have a
Post
banjo.
Malone?
He's like a fake R&B Johnny May Cash that was raised in the woods.
And Justin Timberlake.
Basically.
A phony.
Phony jabroni.
Man, but speaking of phony jabronis, man, moving on to this next topic here. Man, the girls is out here fighting, man. They out here fighting. They pulling out hair, man. If you didn't know, Sukihana just got out of jail. And she ain't know, my girl JT, she no longer a city girl. She out here dropping hits. She dropped the song Sideways. She just dropped the song Okay. This song is hitting the streets. I think it just hit top 100, which is great. I mean, this is amazing for her as a solo artist. But in the song, she said she ate crab legs, now her whole tooth missing, cheap A veneers. You stay talking ish, and everybody went to thinking, is she talking about Cardi B? Or is she talking about Suki? And me, I thought she was talking about Cardi B, but then I found out that Cardi B lost her tooth eating a bagel. But so before we move on to Sukihana, how you lose your veneer eating a bagel?
That's what I'm saying. Had to be a day old bagel.
Like, if you can't eat a bagel, what can you eat?
D's.
Like you. Pause. No home, no Diddy.
No Diddy.
No Diddy. Nah, but okay. So and then then Sukihana came out of jail, and then this is what she had to say. We got this video.
Wasn't Sukihana your woman crush Wednesday?
She was one time, but she's not seen her squirting coffee. It was disgusting. Listen here, this is a
like, I like decaf.
Freak that, man. That's like McDonald's fruit punch. Exactly.
I know you've been down in the trenches.
Pause. Press the button.
So I just want to clear this up real quick, because I was locked up when the song came out. I come home, I look at my phone, everybody keep tagging me. They keep tagging me. And they tagging Cardi too. They said JT was trying to diss me in a song, or Cardi B. So she said in the song, a bitch broke her cheap ass veneers on some crab legs and she always be talking shit. I did Now, we all know I done broke my teeth on some crab legs. I love crab legs. Shit, that's normal shit. I ain't have to post it. I post it because I'm a real bitch and I live my truth. But I don't talk shit about bitches. I always show love. Never hated on a bitch. Never called a bitch name. Always show love. And I was at JT birthday party. It was hugs and giggles. So I don't feel like she talking about me. And I don't take her as the girl that just start trouble with random people when she dropping a song. So they say there's trouble in paradise for her and Cardi. Y'all bitches trying to hype me up to roast the bitch. I ain't even. I can't. I ain't going. I'm miss ain't going. You feel me? Like JT just cleared up because I know you see the people keep tagging me and Cardi. They're only tagging me and her. Can you let us know who you talking about? Because I know Cardi broke her tooth on a bagel, but I just don't feel like me and you got no tea, no shade. So they let me know. Point. I don't want to pay no 20,000-30,000 for no teeth if I can't eat crab legs. Bitch, where's my tooth? Like
just about the music because you on your page selling yeast infection cream, girl.
What?
I'm just saying.
You on your page selling after. So you post yeast infection cream, sex toys, and it ain't nothing wrong with that. Let's all stay on topic now because I support the naked hustle. I support women who hustle. I support it, but I don't support Suki, and I never will. Nothing she do, everything she do from the day she got on there and accused me of being a drug addict when I never did drugs. Girl, I don't even give drugs.
Young Miami do.
I don't even give that. Look at me.
You don't get drugs.
I don't give drugs.
You get cheeky. It's real cheeky.
Okay, me and like my tweet.
Put the
Talking about
sombrero
you got
on.
thick skin. You gonna need it fucking with me. And if you're in Miami right now, I got somebody who will pull up on you right now. Do you want to?
Ooh, yeah, number 74 in top 100. That's
She
really
stole
pretty good.
Cheeky's flow, bar for bar.
Oh, but you know,
She
speaking,
got the beat producer, one of Cheeky's old producers.
you know, it's still in bar for bar. Also, with this whole beef, Asian Doll said that people out here stealing swag, they stealing her ideas, they saying that it's whack, but then they turn around and doing it. She's talking about JT, how JT is, I guess, basically wearing boots, how Asian Doll is wearing boots and cracking on her, and then like the same tattoos that Asian Doll have, JT supposedly has. So I mean, it's a lot of stuff going on, but
Yeah, a lot of girls try to copy Asian Doll swag.
yeah, but she don't get no credit. How you feel about that? And she still don't got a Nicki Minaj feature. She ain't gonna never get a Nicki Minaj feature. That's crazy. That's all she wants.
I mean, we want to talk. I mean, we just literally were talking about how what Drake was accused of. Why wouldn't you want to do a song with Nicki when that's what her husband actually did?
And they still go to her concerts.
Who?
They still go to her concerts. Nicki Minaj.
Who goes to her concert?
Everybody.
Oh, I know.
Even though her husband is and
Aggressive.
he's registered, and he gets in trouble for not be registering.
Oh, and they got in. Well, what's crazy is they both got in trouble because supposedly
He wasn't registering.
Well, that was one, but they also were trying to bribe the girl that had
Oh yeah,
his
the
victim.
allegations.
They wanted her to like recant her story so that way that they could get that taken off his record, and she wouldn't do it. She was saying that she was offered like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Hey.
I mean, shoot, they should have offered her more than that.
Hey,
They're trying to lowball her.
These rappers are cheap, but I mean that's why people losing their veneers. But back to Sukihana, I mean I understand her losing her veneers off of crab. Wait, no, I don't. Why are you buying crab legs with your teeth? Don't they give you utensils?
Because she was hanging out with Sean Rock.
Probably toothless girls.
Two
And
toothless
Nelly,
women.
because Nelly lost his tooth. But I think he lost his tooth eating in a piece of fried chicken or a burger. I mean, this whole situation's crazy. I mean,
Lost it in Nelly.
the fact that JT went full nuclear on Suki, and all Suki wanted to know was, is the song about me or not? Is the song about me or not? She couldn't answer that. But a couple of weeks ago, the Gorilla situation, the Yaglo situation happened, and she went at Gorilla and said, "Oh yeah, who you slapping?" And she couldn't say anything at all. I mean, yeah, Gorilla didn't want to say anything, but JT was all mad about that. So I mean, it just doesn't make sense. How are you mad at Sukihana for asking you publicly why is this happening? Why are you coming at me like this? But at the same time, you ain't give that same grace to Glow. But I mean, you over here saying, oh yeah, you could have DM'd me, but you could have DM'd Glow, but you didn't. So I mean, it's crazy in this rap game. I mean, these girls out here being messy. A lot of people are saying that it's because a lot of girls are mad at JT because they jealous because JT ain't gotta be out here selling. I'm selling P raps like Sukihana is. Like I'm selling Uchi with OJ the Juice Man. I mean, I understand that. You see a Sexy Red out here saying, you know, I'm getting finger popped in the Hellcat and the SRT. So I mean, you ain't gotta make all that stuff. You ain't gotta.
But how can you say that, co-host, when we literally watched her latest song, "Okay," and the visualizer is zooming in and out on her chest?
I mean,
so what is she selling?
She's selling that. I mean,
sex appeal.
She's a sex appeal, but she's a girl. Of course, you're gonna sell sex appeal, but you're not selling. Oh yeah, you're gonna finger pop me in the SRT. What you see with what you see with JT is her basically always talking about Little Uzi, how she loves him, no matter how short he is, no matter even if he has more purses than she has purses, or how many dresses he owns. She love that man no matter what. So I mean, even when he had the big ass ruby,
you need to find a lady like that to accept you.
Nah, she's too aggressive.
Except a short king.
Hard.
Because it's only 5'3".
I'm taller than you.
We're the exact same height.
We're both 5'3".
we're both 4'11".
Horrible. You know what's funny? They're saying, and also you know what's funny? They're saying JT's out here laughing like, how Sukihana got all this mouth, but I seen you fight on Zeus, which basically means like
she got a lot of mouth.
She don't know how to fight.
Girls shouldn't need to know how to fight.
I mean, you see, in baddies they do. Krishan Rock do.
Those are the type of girls you don't want. If a girl's fighting, she's doing too much.
I mean, hey, but this is how the rap game go. I need y'all to comment below. Let me know how y'all feel about this whole situation with
my co-host is gonna. This is his favorite topic. This is a topic that he would not stop talking about. He loves the little Tatiana drama. Let me go ahead and pull it up here because we're done with JT and the little Suki's. But if you want to watch more, check us out on TFTC Clips. If you don't have time to watch the whole podcast, check us out on TFTC Clips. We clip out the whole show every week so you can watch your favorite topics. If you just want to get on the messy drama, the sports topics, technology, whatever we're talking about that week, check out TFTC Clips, TFTC Gaming, and this channel, Tales from the Crib. Like, comment, subscribe. But this is my co-host's number one topic. Twitter reacts to Glossop's video for Come Here, featuring, how do they say his name? Huncho? Like Quavo?
Yeah.
Quavo Huncho?
Basically, with an X.
Everyone's stealing swag.
Are you from Atlanta?
Exactly. Everyone's stealing swag. Keyshia Cole deletes all social media accounts after getting embarrassed by boyfriend Huncho. Was photoed posting up with Glorilla's friend Glossop. Honestly, Glossop, like, that's crazy. Like, Keyshia Cole's a baddie. I wouldn't be giving her up for Glossop, but then you saw that Keyshia Cole been with half the industry, so what are you doing with her anyway? And then Glossop's like a 4 out of 10. Straight up.
Is that bad?
Straight like that.
Golly.
You know what it is in real life.
So basically what you're saying is if you was one of them 20v1s and everybody had a red balloon and she walked up, you would have popped it.
Immediately.
You probably wouldn't even came. You'd be like, oh, wait, what artist are we voting on?
It was like, you ever seen on MTV's The Next Bus?
Yeah.
She would have walked off the stairs and I said next. Immediately.
You know, she would have walked down the stairs, she would have walked off the show.
I just would have said next. I want the next one. I don't want this one.
All
right. But what is this a video we got?
Oh, I got you, man. So basically what's going on, if you didn't know, let me rewind it for y'all, man. Keyshia Cole, yes. Keyshia Cole, the same one that's been singing since 2004, is with a 24-year-old. And yes, she is 42 years old. Which, I mean, I'm not an age shamist. I don't care. You know, love is love. Love who you want to love, long as they of age. But, I mean, calm down, co-host. See my co-host? See? We not on that side of it. So, I mean, love is love. You can love who you want to love. But, I mean, sometimes, like, you got to make...
Love is sounding real Epstein-y.
Horrible. It is now in 2024 with everybody going to what they're doing. But sometimes you just got to enjoy your turn. And it looks like here, that's what Huncho and Keyshia Cole is out here doing. For some strange reason, they're dating. I have no clue why they're dating. It doesn't make any sense. Like, if you wanted to look for marriage, I don't think Huncho would be in your vision.
Keyshia dated your favorite artist,
Boobie Gibson. You know he's a rapper. The Game.
We know you like the Boobie, but I was talking about Shad Moss.
Oh yeah, oh gosh, we gonna talk on the dating history, man. It's just crazy. But right now, I'm gonna show you basically Glosser basically going off saying even though Keyshia Cole out here claiming this 24-year-old dude, this young man, she be with this man, a stinky link all the time. Watch.
First of all, when y'all talking about something, I knew he got a girl. I was just with this yesterday, and he did not tell me that. I don't care if this get mad or none of that. He never said that.
She don't care.
Still, right now, he's not standing on it. If you ask me, I was not being messy, y'all. I wasn't, for real. Seriously, I wasn't. But like I said, I was just with the. We was having a conversation yesterday, and I'm not even being messy when I say that. But I wasn't the one to hit him up. I'm gonna say that. Y'all know how y'all have somebody and y'all just don't be sure, but y'all don't take them serious because you're not sure. You feel me? That's what it was. So really, it's on both sides ends, honestly, because neither one of us was taking each other serious because we didn't believe each other. That's what the hell y'all get. She's drinking a latte.
Okay, Keyshia. Okay, wearing her dude chain. You see she wearing Huncho chain. Acting like a young thing out here, man. She 42, acting like she 21. But I what comment? Listen, so here go her track list, man. I mean, she dated Ching Santana. She proposed to Jeezy, allegedly. You know, she's saying no. Jeezy proposed to her. That it wasn't ready. Boobie Gibson. She married Boobie. Birdman, you know how that situation ended. She ended up paying. She got sued for $4 million, but she ended up.
Did she leave Jeezy when Pookie Low got popped?
That's around that. Pookie Low got popped 03. It was before 03. It was 03. Pookie Low got shot, I think, it was 2 years later. So, God, why answer that question? So basically, Birdman situation happened. She got sued for. She came in the house. She saw a girl with Birdman. She beat her up. The girl sued her for $4 million. They settled for $100K. Bow Wow situation. Bow Wow out here talking about Keyshia Cole crazy. He was throwing a party. She egged the car up real bad.
She messed up a bunch of his friends' cars.
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather. I mean, she's denying the whole Floyd Mayweather situation, but he bought her a car. But you know, Floyd Mayweather buying everybody a car, so you know it is what it is. Antonia Brown doesn't make sense. She did the Nico dude, the R&B singer. She had a kid with him. He basically broke up with her, and then you get the Huncho situation, which isn't going to basically last long. Because if you already beefing with ex stinky links, what gloss up words say, you even dealing with the baby mama, because you know Huncho got a baby mama. Like, you know it's gonna be drama. I mean, I want Keyshia Cole to find love. I thought the goal was to find love, the girl and live happily ever after. But nah, I mean, like, I guess Keyshia Cole's like tired of it. She want to live toxic. She want to have fun and enjoy life. And I mean, I guess you can go ahead and you can go ahead and do whatever you want to do. But at the same time, I mean, like, what about? Did
she go to the Jessie J School of Love?
I mean, first off, you go to my school.
She out here being a thoughttronic?
Nah, first off, you go to my school of love, I get people married. I got a proven track record. Everybody I tell who to date, what to look out for, they get married. 10 times out of 10.
Since
I'm
when?
that good. My ex-girl, married. Ex-one before that one, I told her to do that one, married.
Oh, you're like the, didn't they make a movie about that? Like, was it a guy or a girl that every person that they was their ex got married to, like, the next person? That was a movie, right?
Forget you.
Is that you?
Nah, you got jokes. Nah.
No, that was a movie.
I know what you're talking about, but no.
What? So
I don't remember the name.
Was that a documentary and not a movie?
You got jokes. My co-host got jokey jokes. He got jokey jokes, but back to what we were saying, man. This is just disrespectful. Keyshia Cole, man, I want you to find better. I really want you to find love, and then gloss up. I mean, with her, she married. I mean, like nobody. She hasn't posted her boyfriend yet on any of the social media. You'll see his hand every now and then. She has 2 kids, so I mean, she out here living her best life. So I mean, I guess this is just crazy.
Keyshia Cole's old. If you're in your 20s, why would you?
How
even
you beefing
want
with somebody in their 20s and you in your see? I mean, I thought it was about peace and tranquility, but I guess I was
peace
wrong.
and trench coats.
Basically, you see how it is out here. I mean, all these girls fighting, they fighting, JT and Sukihana fighting. I mean, everybody trashing Ruby Rose because she going with Drewski. I mean, everybody body shaming Ruby Rose.
What do you think? That's fake or a publicity stunt?
With the Ruby Rose,
Is it
and
real
Drewski?
fake or a publicity stunt?
You seen him tongue kiss?
Yeah, but I mean, she
It can
has the
still be fake.
OnlyFans.
He still
She
be
gets
fake.
paid to be nasty.
Yeah, I still think it's fake. I don't believe it until I see a baby.
That'd be hilarious.
I really think she's up. She hurt.
And you know what? If they, what's DDG's real name?
I don't know. Why you always asking me the craziest
Dontavian.
I hate you. I hate you. You ask me questions. I do the research on everything, and he always find out one thing that I don't do the research on.
You got to be quicker than
I
that.
be knowing everything in the world. And he be like, "Oh, so what's their grandpa name?" I'm like, "Why would I know?"
Aren't they second cousins to that one football player?
Like what? Why'd I know that? But I mean, hey,
We got to talk about your dog getting in trouble at the airport.
man, moving on. Talk about a dog during the airport, man. Listen here, Jim Jones was involved in a fight with 2 men at the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood Airport. He was leaving from New York. He was going to do a hosting in basically Miami. And he got in an altercation. Now, we can't show the altercation because of YouTube purposes, but if I had to paint the picture, he was going down the escalator. A white man bumped him for some strange reason. Jim Jones grabbed him, threw him down the stairs. Some other dude tried to help him. He ended up trying to throw him over basically the escalator.
And then they crashed into some poor old man that looked like they broke his knee.
Then he started bleeding. And like you see right here on the right hand side, you see his red.
Jim Jones probably popped him. You know, he wears jewelry, so that's almost like brass knuckles.
Pretty much, yeah.
I would assume so.
And if you go in the gym with Tim's on, you can never fight. Don't fight anybody that goes to the gym with Tim's on. They dangerous. Tim's and jeans.
Yeah, but I mean, no one. It's crazy because like no one ever wants to do nothing in the airport. Like that can mess up your whole life. Could you imagine if you got on the no-fly zone, and especially as a celebrity, you couldn't travel. You couldn't use the airport.
You gotta catch a Greyhound bus everywhere.
I mean, shoot, what do you got to do if you got to go overseas? You just can't go no more.
Private jet.
Oh, that's true.
Call Rick Ross.
Why? So you can end up on Lost.
Let me hold that wing. Let me hold that wing. Stop playing. Nah, but I mean,
what's funny is like they do say sometimes that karma is real because you saw Rick Ross was dissing Drake and talking about private jets, and then it wasn't even a few days later. It was like the next day his jet went down.
Yep.
They said it's because he ate too much Wingstop.
BBL Drizzy shot it down.
But why do they call him BBL Drizzy? Didn't he get his the rumors are about his abs, not his ass, right?
Nobody cares about the truth when the joke is funnier than the truth.
That's true. That's how I get by.
So with the Jim Jones situation, nobody knows why the
Is this a video clip?
Yeah, nobody knows why the altercation happened, but of course, Whack 100.
I know why.
Why?
Because people be in your personal space. People think that the vid is over, and so you don't need to stay 6 feet apart. And it's like I be hating that. Like if you ever in line at the grocery store, and you're like, oh, looking at the stuff on the side, and you go to take a step back, and then like someone's like all up on you. You're like, dang, I didn't realize you were that close.
Yeah.
People do that on the escalator. Like, most of the time people stand 2 to 3 steps away from the next person. But could you imagine if you were on the escalator and some dude's literally breathing on your neck and you're like, dog, like, what are you doing? Like, why are you being weird?
Yeah, that's when you gotta judo chop him. I feel you on that. But the question,
Personal space.
But the question is, how do you feel about Whack 100 and his statements? Is what Jim Jones doing considered snitching? Because I mean, you are in the airport. There's cameras everywhere. There's cops everywhere. Just do your job. If you already know that, why are you asking me questions like what happened? Just play the cameras. You see the cameras. You see I got attacked. You see it's 2 man. So I mean, come on now.
I think, man, airport's different.
Uh-huh.
Airport, the rules are different. If you get out of line, you could get on the no-fly list, which essentially ends your ability to travel and make money. And like, you don't want to get also on the government's list like that, because you do enough bad stuff at the airport, like they'll get on you.
What you mean government list? Jim Jones they already said Jim Jones a snitch. He worked for the federales.
You're a federale. But so I understand, like, man, if you're like, if the cops, like, you get in a fight at the airport and you're like, man, I was defending himself, I would just say, that's what all I would say is like, hey, check the footage. You can see how I was defending myself. Because that ain't really that ain't no snitching, man. You wasn't like running into a op or like something like that. That's just some weirdo stuff at the airport. That ain't no street business or nothing. And they have cameras everywhere.
True.
So you might as well, be truthful since they already have the footage anyway, and make sure you don't end up on that no-fly list and basically end your career or end a big part of your money earning potential.
True, but we're gonna let y'all to be the judge of that. We got the video right here. Jim Jones, is it snitching? Is it not snitching? Comment down below.
They both assaulted me.
Go sit down.
They both assaulted me.
Sit your ass down. I don't fucking care. Sit your ass down now.
What the fuck did I just say?
They both
Sit your ass down.
That's Jim Jones already sitting down, so you know they not talking about him.
I'm
Yeah,
alright.
he's the only one
I'm
listening.
alright. Give me a second. I gotta get dressed for this party, man. I'll be right with y'all. Promise you. Promise you. I'm alright. And the show must go on. You heard? Tonight, Taboo. You know where I'm at. You dig? Fuck all that other shit. Pull up on me. You dig? I got it on. I hope you got it on. We gonna have a celebration. You heard? Life is life. Miami, Taboo. You know I still my summer's here. We on the way. Let's enjoy ourselves. You heard? Come in peace. You heard?
You heard? Did you hear?
He assaulted me. They both
You're watching Key Talk Media.
Go sit down.
They both assaulted me.
Sit your ass down. I don't fucking care. Sit your
He assaulted me.
He assaulted me. So if you see,
Sounds like when played you one-on-one on the basketball court.
horrible. So if you see Kendrick Lamar might as well made a next song called "Telling Is Telling." Y'all gonna act like y'all don't hear that man Jim Jones basically snitching. So I mean, with this whole situation, a lot of people well, not a lot of people, me. I'm saying like the only reason why Wack 100 is doing this because he doesn't like Jim
He hates
Jones.
him.
He never liked him. I mean, and also you already know 6ix9ine, I think, is still under Wack 100 management. And in the whole 6ix9ine case, Jim Jones was in the 6ix9ine case, and 6ix9ine was been going around on interviews saying that Jim Jones is an informant. So I mean, they have a long history of not really messing with each other. So I mean, I see this is going. I see why this is going on and why Wack 100 is attacking him. And of course, you already know, No Jumper is posting this, and they finna be pushing this out loud. And then on top of that, when they do their next podcast, they're gonna be talking about this. But I want y'all to chime in on this with this situation. Do you feel honestly like Jim Jones is a snitch? What would you do in this situation? You basically going to a show finna get that coin on for your family, and some people in your personal space, they don't want to move. So you gotta put some stuff happen. Somebody end up with on their face. Cops gotta break it up. But I mean, it's crazy. But like my co-hosts always say, the craziest people in the world come from New York and Florida. And guess what? Jim Jones is from New York, and guess what? He in Florida. So of course, crazy stuff's gonna happen. But anything else you gotta say about this co-host?
It's a recipe for disaster, basically, is what you were saying.
Basically.
And that Florida's lame.
We number one in education.
Special education. Let me bring us back on screen. Because you know what time it is.
What time is it?
It is couch time. There you go. Welcome to Tales from the Crib halftime, where our music glitches from time to time. Chicka chicka what? And yeah, we're gonna let you know what's going on with the channel. If you're watching this channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Commenting is the best way to help this channel grow. We got to check out this channel. If you don't have time to ever watch a whole podcast, check out TFTC Clips, where we clip out every episode each week. We got a gaming channel that's growing. We got Crib Reactions that just hit 9K subs. Get us to 10K subs over there.
Please.
We do reactions from all over the world. And yeah, check out TFTC Gaming. I think we got like almost 200 subscribers there. Get us to 1,000 there. Maybe that one will eventually one day get there. But check us out on Patreon on Crib Reactions as well. And any announcements?
Make sure you check out more games coming out. Finna drop some gaming shorts. Also, I'm finna start a new game. And you already know, man, I'm finna start that Tales from the Crib Trapped in the Closet edition, where I do some behind the scenes recording in the closet. But
what are you talking about, R. Kelly?
Talk about the show I'm finna do. Well, it's not really Trapped in the Closet.
Someone called Chris Hansen.
Who's Chris Hansen?
The guy that they would hire to catch Drake.
Tim Tebow?
Why are you talking about Tim Tebow? Just because he played in Florida?
Nah, let me stop playing. But moving on, man. Thank y'all for watching Crib Reactions, man. We got a lot. We dropping videos on Crib Reactions.
We got a Patreon over there.
We got a Patreon also, man.
Oh, we can create a membership community here.
On this page or the other
page? On this page and on Clips.
I like that.
Yeah, because if you don't know, if you want to support this channel, you can give us a super thanks down below. We are a YouTube partner here on Tales from the Crib, TFTC Clips, and on Crib Reactions, so we are allowed to receive super thanks on 3 out of our 4 channels. So if you want to support the channel, give us a super thanks there, or subscribe to our Patreon over on Crib Reactions. Any of our latest Crib Reactions videos, they will definitely have the link in the description, where you could click and become an official Crib Crew member today. We have a lot of fun over there. We just checked out 1OK Rock. If you're into rock music, they've been around a long time. Zico and Jenny, if you're into Blackpink. XG just dropped XG Tape 4 if you're into rap. 1OK Rock, we've been killing it. They love our videos over there, so we did another one. And then we got the Deadpool and Wolverine trailer. Go check that out. Let us know if you did that. And happy late May the 4th. And let us know what what y'all did for May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. May the Force be with you. Let us know if you were able to check out. They did the Phantom Menace in the theaters again. I was able to check that out over the weekend, man. So that was pretty cool to check out. And yeah, let us know what else is going on. What else you want to see? Put it down in the comments below. But it is time to get to the NBA playoffs, talking about second round update. I did forget to get a new picture, but everything is up to date besides the Minnesota Timberwolves came out and absolutely crapped all over the Denver Nuggets. And Rudy Gobert wasn't even there because he was missing to be there to be for the birth of his first child. Oh, yeah, and the Knicks did beat the Pacers because the refs made a bunch of bogus calls, and I actually like the Knicks, but being an unbiased, honest fan there, it looks like the Pacers got hosed at the end of that game, just a little bit. And then we got the Cleveland Cavs and the Boston Jason Tatum bum ticks. But we're gonna. Oh yeah, let me bring us on screen,
man. But I don't know, man. I don't know about this series that's going on, man. Timberwolves is making the Denver Nuggets
look like a G League team.
Basically a G League, the G League Ignite, because everything basically Denver to do, they're basically stopping it. Like, you really thought it was impossible for this to happen, but the fact that they're down 2-0 and they didn't have Rudy Gobert is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, shout out their whole squad. Nas Reed was really hitting threes, getting rebounds, playing good defense. The Big Cat was giving his big rear, and Anthony Edwards, aka Michael Jordan's illegitimate child,
Basically, that's what they keep trying to say.
Tearing up.
Like, are they gonna say it?
I will honestly say, because I try to give unbiased. I will let you know when I'm giving a biased opinion because I love the Mavericks, but I was not on the Anthony Edwards bandwagon from day one. I was like, I don't know how he's gonna be, but he has made me into a believer. So I'm sorry, Anthony Edwards, that I ever doubted your skill set.
Yeah, I mean, and what about the shoes?
I actually like his shoes. I like the low tops. I haven't worn Adidas basketball shoes since Gilbert Arenas had the Agent Zero Adidas.
Uh-huh.
One of my favorite shoes of all time. One of my favorite outdoor hoop shoes of all time. That was one of the only pairs of Adidas I ever hooped in because, I'm, checks over stripes.
Mm-hmm.
But, I would actually rock the low top version of Anthony Davis shoe. I like the not the low top colorway that they have out now, but there's some really cool colorways where it's almost like a deep blue and like the old school T-Wolves jerseys when Kevin Garnett was there.
Uh-huh.
And it's like a deep blue and black. Like I like those a lot.
Okay. But okay, so with this whole Nuggets, the Nuggets,
T-Wolves are winning in 5.
I can see.
They're not going to sweep them. I think they'll figure it out. They're going to do a gentleman sweep.
I mean,
which was crazy because Denver made the Lakers look like a G League team, and that's exactly what Minnesota.
We won one.
Denver. That's what I'm saying. They're going to get whooped the same way.
I mean, it looks like they did the same thing the Sacramento Kings did. I mean, they only came to the playoffs to knock off the Lakers, just like the Kings only came to the playoffs to knock off the Warriors. But I mean, with this, it's just crazy. I mean, of course, Jamal Murray, he's having his leg issue.
McDaniels is locking him up.
Also, McDaniels locking him up. He can't make a shot. He's not a fourth quarter Murray anymore. He's not doing all that crazy stuff.
Joker looks like he's just like has no energy.
He's just doing too much. He's just making him do too much. He's getting tired. Usually you see him tired around the end of the third quarter, but he's getting tired around the second quarter. He's already gasping for air.
In the second quarter, you should think he would be used to, being in the Mile High City.
And they're home.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because Denver is the only basketball team that has a real home advantage because they're the Mile High City. So,
Minnesota got mountains too. So I mean,
yeah, but I don't think they're anywhere near the same.
How close is Minnesota to Denver?
Colorado.
Kind of close, I would think. Comment down below how close that is, but it probably doesn't even matter.
No, but what I'm saying is like it is an advantage, and they've played in that the whole season. That's their home court.
True.
And they're used you're usually if you go there, you get tired way quicker, and you'll get a second wind eventually, but it's there's less oxygen in the air since you're at the higher elevation, so it's harder to breathe. And they you can get accustomed to it if you live.
Always talk about that.
If you live there. And so the Denver athletes, since that's their home base, they get used to it, and that's where they play all their home games and where they practice. So they truly have an advantage when they have home court because it's the one thing that actually affects the breathing of the other team.
And yeah, and also when you're on the road in the playoff game, you just want to steal one. They
got greedy, man. They
won both.
They instead of stealing one cookie out the cookie jar, they stole the whole loot.
But honestly, I feel like with this game too, I feel like with game one, with Rudy Gobert basically kind of stopping the whole Jokic to Gordon situation. Where
he played that perfectly, playing halfway and being able to deflect the passes.
Yeah, with that situation, they prepared so much for that. Instead of with the Lakers, we have to do this high. They got Rudy, you have to go a little bit higher. So they worked so much on that because I didn't even know Rudy wasn't gonna play until
right before the game.
Right before the game, until they announced he had basically the birth of his new child, and I mean that just threw me off.
Do you think that should you be there no matter what for the birth of your first child, or since it's
his first child?
His first child ever.
Oh yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go no matter what. You gotta go. It's your first child. If it was
comment down below, first child ever, or be there for your teammates.
I mean, if you're AB out here with 10 kids, or Tyreek Hill with 10 kids.
Yeah, you might want to be there for your first one. But man, I would be so conflicted because it's you wouldn't want to let down your significant other, but this is your teammates. This is literally what you work for all year and you're in the heart of it. But shout out to the T-Wolves for saying, hey, go take care of your family. We're going to get the win anyways. True. They probably thought that, you know what, we got what we wanted. Our goal was to get a split, so we'll be fine with Rudy missing the game. We'll just take the L. But they didn't just take the L. They came out with full aggression, full force. They took it to him. They played physical defense. The Joker looked tired, and, you know, even with them missing one of their elite big men, still having just two of them, they were able to do enough. I mean, I feel like Naz Reid is getting better and better as the series gone on because he really struggled in game one and until the second half.
True. And Michael Porter Jr., he really not looking the same. Like, he's not really getting that catch and shoot that he normally gets. I already knew from the day one. Once the game one happened, Big Cat had that first game where he basically fouled out the game. He didn't really score a lot. I already knew, like, this isn't they beat y'all, and like this isn't even the best Timberwolves that you can see, and because Big Cat only had less than 18 points. And then the game two, Rudy wasn't there. They lost his bad. So I mean, they may win game three, but I mean, T-Wolves, I don't know.
They ain't even hit their stride yet, and they're beating them like this. Because like I even mentioned to you earlier that game one that I felt like Denver got the favorable whistles pretty much the entire game, and they still lost. So I feel like if they would have actually made the correct calls, that like Minnesota would have won by like 30 points or more. You know, if they would have called it correctly, they gave them every call in the world, and they still lost by double digits.
And yes, and then with the Knicks and Pacers game, I mean, like, this is basically an old school series. Remember Reggie Miller back in the day going against Patrick Ewing?
Yes.
It was crazy back in the day, back in that series. But I mean, now they got Jalen Brunson, 5'9". I hear dropping averaging like 34.
They list him at 6'3". I think he's closer to 6 foot. I think
like
he's
5'10".
I don't know, man. I mean, what's crazy is like we would be able to tell. We got to go to a Knicks game where we're low enough on the court to be like, how tall are we?
He's probably no taller than Patty Mills, and I've seen Patty Mills a million times.
We're taller than Patty Mills.
I've seen Patty Mills a bunch of times. But with the Indiana Pacers, are decent. I mean, Miles Turner, I mean, he's coming along. I mean, he can shoot the ball. He made a couple shots. But I mean, with basically Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart out here playing his butt off. Every time I turn around, they send Josh Hart playing like at least 30 plus minutes a game.
I honestly could say I like the Knicks. I like Jalen Brunson. I really enjoyed him as a player when he played on Dallas with Luka. So I still support him, and I used to like the Knicks because of Stoudemire, Melo, and Shumpert and J.R. Smith. But they have surprised me. I honestly did not think they would get past Philly, because they honestly play like sometimes 3 to 4 small guards at once. Because, you know, Brunson's barely 6 foot, DiVincenzo's like 6'3", and Josh Hart's like 6'3", 6'4", and they have them all three a lot of times playing together. So to have like 3 littles out there with like Harkenstein and OG, who's like a small forward but is kind of playing an undersized 4, like, I'm so surprised that Philly did not just kill them with Embiid. I mean, Embiid had that 50-point game, but
yeah,
I thought he could have done that every game.
His body wasn't working. Everything that could have went wrong for the Sixers
and every
went
year
wrong.
It's something else with Embiid. Like he's
he's
the glass man. He's like Anthony Davis's cousin.
Okay. So I mean, I give y'all the whole, you know, Kawhi Leonard making a fadeaway 3-point shot over Joel Embiid. I give y'all saying Joel Embiid not in shape with the whole
Halliburton is trash.
Where now? What the series? What did he get?
He got 6 points and 8 assists. I mean, the 8 assists is decent, but he shot 2 for 6.
I mean, if they a new
he
team.
was literally an all-star, man. This guy was averaging like over 20 points a game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists plus. And, like, now he's, like, Mr. Triple Single, like his name's Draymond. But you know who the real GOAT is?
Who?
Taking over the game for
Josh
Indy.
Hart? Oh, for Indy?
Mr. T.J. McConnell.
Who the heck?
T.J. McConnell, short white dude, had only 22 minutes, had 18 points and 3 assists. Went 9 for 16. You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. And if it wasn't for a couple of questionable calls, Indiana might have won this game. Yeah, T.J. McConnell.
That's crazy.
This is the face.
I mean, so y'all. I see him.
You see him?
Yes,
That's your idol.
He's trying to push it like, hey.
Well, I mean, this guy can't see, so I don't know where I gotta hold it.
Nah, but I mean, with that series, I mean, I think the Knicks have lucked up. I mean, honestly, the hardest team they probably had to go against in the whole East was the Sixers. They beat that. I
don't think the Pacers are as good as the Sixers. So I think the Knicks will maybe win this in 5.
I can honestly
5,
say
6.
that I can see them taking the Celtics to 6 or 7 games. It can go if y'all told
Knicks. The midget Knicks versus the Celtics that like every player's 6'8".
I mean, think about it. You got on and off again Jaylen Brown. You got OG.
Josh Hart had 24. DiVincenzo had 25. Brunson had 43.
Yeah. So
OG at 13. Harkenstein at 13. Mitchell had 2.
Because think about it. I mean, right now Porzingis is injured. So I mean, with the Celtics, he's injured, and then. With the whole
old Al Horford,
and then you got Jason Tatum. Yeah, OG can stick Jason Tatum, and OG got the long arms. He's irritating.
The reason we're talking about the matchup between the Knicks and the Celtics because it looks like the Knicks should be able to whoop the Pacers if they just play correctly, and then I don't give Cleveland any type of thing. Like they're a small team too. They got like Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell.
And they were talking about getting rid of Donovan Mitchell during the free agency this offseason anyway. So
by the trade deadline, and then also like he was rumored he was going to get traded
to the Lakers, and then his offseason
might get rid of him.
Exactly. So I mean, and they said it's not working out. So with that whole situation, I mean, it's just a matter of time. I don't see them winning with them, but I mean, Porzingis is injured. OG
and Al Horford sucks.
Al Horford's old. Jason Tatum's gonna get guarded by OG. So long as OG can lock up Jason Tatum, I mean,
and then have Josh Hart on Jaylen Brown.
I mean, anybody on Jaylen Brown's gonna mess up Jaylen Brown.
Just make him drive left. He can't dribble left.
Just get him an active person, and just an active person in front of Jaylen Brown's gonna make him mad.
We're gonna have Knicks,
and they have no big man.
I'm picking the Celtics in 4 or 5. I think if they take a game off that they don't take it serious, they might lose it where it goes to a gentleman's sweep. But if they stay locked in, it'll be a 4-0 sweep for Boston. And then we got Boston versus New York on who we think will be in the Eastern Conference Finals. That'll be like a super old school, rivalry.
You think New York
I would
and
want
Philly
New York
crazy.
to win. I would hope New York would win, but I think Boston has too much size as on their wings. That the Knicks that are finally not going to be able just to do it with heart.
So if somebody told you that the Knicks were able to push the Celtics all the way to Game 6, would you be surprised? Knowing that Porzingis isn't playing?
Knowing Porzingis isn't playing and seeing the amount of heart that they play with and the often tale of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown taking their foot off the gas pedal, I definitely think they can make it go 6. They could even lucky and make it go 7. But I think if Boston plays correctly, they should win 4 or 5. If they're bullshitting, then it'll be a 6 or 7 game series.
I can see that.
We'll see if they play down to their competition or if they dominate. Because their roster and their talent, even with Porzingis, they should beat them. They should beat the Knicks even in 4 or 5 games.
True. True, and I can see Holiday locking down. Well, probably locking down Jalen Brunson, but we gotta see about that. If Jalen Brunson is able to average,
you're exactly right. They could put Brown on him as well. They got like a handful of defenders they could throw at him. Now we definitely got Minnesota winning in 4 or 5 games going to the Western Conference Finals. The only other matchup we haven't talked about is the Thunder versus Mavs.
That's a toss-up.
Who do you have in how many games?
OKC in 6. OKC in 6, just because, I mean,
because Cleveland got hurt.
I mean, honestly, I feel like this game is really gonna test Luka. This is when you really gonna find out, does Luka Doncic really trust his team when he gets frustrated? Because I feel like this team's gonna frustrate him. He already having problems with the ref, and if he's down, I mean, it's not like
he might try to he always relies on himself too much instead of trusting his teammates,
Yeah,
and that he's
that's
gonna,
the only way. That's the only way.
He's gonna get annoyed, and instead of making the correct play, he's gonna throw up shots.
Yeah, he's gonna just take it on and say like I had to do it myself. As soon as like Kyrie, because Timmy's not there. I mean,
Timmy and Kleber are out.
P. Washington. I mean, he's
Man, he's so. Only thing I mean, I love PJ's effort. He's a great defender. Every game he gives top effort defense, but it's like every other game he's good on offense. It's like he's either scoring anywhere between 15 or 20, or it's like 2 to 8.
True.
And it just like alternates.
And then when it comes to the big man, I mean, Kleber's gone, which is crazy. I wouldn't even expect. I didn't think that hit to the ground was that
He
bad.
dislocated his shoulder, man. That's so messed up.
But
But at least Kleber was kind of like the third.
But he's had a shoulder. He's been having a shoulder injury for a while now. I think a shoulder or rib injury for a couple.
He had some injuries. I think I don't remember
in the
if
past
it was,
few years.
Yeah, he's had a couple injuries, so it sucks, man.
There's always a reason why the Dallas don't have all their big men. It's always like somebody's injured or somebody's always injured.
It was like Porzingis or Kleber every year getting injured.
Yeah.
So, but the nice thing is Kleber's like their third string center and like second string power forward. So, they won't really miss him on the center rotation. They do kind of like him to go like super small ball. He could be like a small ball 5.
True.
But and he's also a backup for Washington where he can guard 2, 3, 4s no problems that are bigger, like a Paul George or a Kawhi. He has no problem guarding them on one-on-one even. So it's going to be a big loss. But
who got the more talented second string big man?
We're going to see.
That's what it comes down to. Who has the most talented second string big man? Because I mean, I don't know how athletic.
Oh, because they got Williams as the backup big man.
I don't know how athletic Williams is. I don't have
Williams
any of the big men.
short. He's only like 6'9".
But how tall is Gafford?
Well, Gafford's the starter. Gafford's 6'10".
Exactly. So if you have Chat there, I mean, pretty soon if Chat ends up shooting the ball, keeps shooting the ball, eventually they're gonna put Lively there, and this will be Lively and Chat. So eventually, when they go to the second string,
I don't know if I would agree with that because I would say that Lively is a little slower, where I think Chet's pretty mobile for even being what is he like 7'3"?
Yeah.
That they might want Gafford because even though he's like maybe 4 or 5 inches taller than him, Gafford's like 6'10", 6'11". That Gafford's way more athletic as far as moving his feet side to side. So I think Gafford would be able to stay with Chet better on the perimeter.
But who's gonna get the rebound?
He could stay with him on the perimeter, and then if he sees that the shot's going up, he can crash the boards.
Too much.
But Dallas. That's the great thing about Dallas is they got other big players. You got PJ Washington, who's like 6'7", 6'8", that can get a rebound. You got Lucas that's 6'7", and you got
he doesn't play defense at all.
No, but Lucas still gets a lot of rebounds. And then
he gets a lot of rebounds because he guards the people that don't shoot the ball, and he sits closer to the rim. He guards Russell Westbrook, doesn't respect the shot, and sit closer to the rim. You maybe can do that to Dort. I'm not sure how good Dort is shooting the 3 ball.
He's hit or miss. He's kind of like a JR.
But I don't know if he's not as worse as Westbrook, where you have to like, okay.
No, you know who they're gonna put Luka on?
Who?
Josh Giddey, because he can't shoot. He shoots like in the 20%.
But does he shoot better than? Who were we just talking about?
Westbrook.
No. Does he shoot better than Dort?
No.
So who shoots better, Dort or Giddey?
Dort shoots better than Giddey. Giddey's like horrendous from 3, and like Dort's mediocre.
That's what it comes. Yeah, I just really feel like it's gonna come. It's gonna
That's
come
what
down
I'm saying.
to
They're gonna put Luka on Giddey so he could rest because Giddey can dribble a little bit, but he can't shoot it all. So like Luka could sag off of him and rest.
Yeah, this is gonna be a hard one. I mean, the Mavericks gonna have the toughest road to the championship.
I wonder if who they're gonna put on put on Kyrie, because Shai Gilgeous is like a big guard. He's like a 6'5", 6'6" point guard. Like Luka's a 6'7" point guard.
They put Dort on. They can put Dort on him. They put Dort on Luka.
Yeah, but who's gonna guard Kyrie?
Kyrie's gonna
Giddey's too slow. Shai may be too slow.
It's gonna be Shai that Williams dude.
They'd probably have to have Williams.
Yeah, I mean, like if you have to live and die with
Jalen Williams.
Yeah, Jalen Williams. They're gonna just rotate with those two. I mean, then you got PJ Washington. They can get.
There's gonna be PJ Washington's gonna guard Shai, and then Derrick Jones Jr. is probably gonna guard Williams.
Probably.
And then you'll got Gafford guarding Chet, And then they got that other Williams that's their like small big man that comes off the bench at 6'9", and you got Derek Lively that's 7'1". I think Derek Lively is going to kill it off the bench. I think this is going to be his series to really show it, because I think he could play good against Chet.
That's the bad part.
And good against their backup, because he's way bigger than the backup. So if he's playing backup versus backup minutes, he should win. And I think he's got the size and the vertical to stay with Chet.
But do you feel like I putting too much faith in that big man? That rookie, he's a rookie. You feel like I putting too much faith in the rookie big man?
I think if we didn't have Gafford, yes, that would maybe be too much to ask for him. But since it's like we have they combine to make the perfect center, because they both average 8 to 10 points. They both average 7-8 rebounds, and they both average 1 or 2 blocks. So you're looking if you average their points together, they average 18 points, maybe 12 to 15 rebounds and 3-4 blocks.
Okay.
So that's if you kind of put them together, because they play half minutes. They both play between 20 and 25 minutes a game. They're giving you all-star center minutes when you combine their stats.
True. Okay, so you got a lot going on. I
hope Tim comes back to give us a little more three-point shooting, but Dante's been playing okay. Josh Green's been playing okay, giving a lot of energy, getting a lot of offensive rebounds, and Derek Jones really D'd up Paul George in that last series. So, I'd like to see what he's going to do in this series, because he continually impresses me, and I think Dallas needs to give him a few-year extension, because he's only on a 1-year minimum deal. They need to reward him.
Definitely. But y'all comment down below. Let me know how y'all feel about this whole playoff picture, the playoff bracket. Who's some surprisers? Who's going to make it all the way? What's the series going to look like next week?
I got Dallas in 6.
So you so it's another hard series.
And then I got Dallas
in 6. So you really think OKC going to win 2 games?
What do you think it'll be? You think either way it'll be a 7-game series?
I'm thinking it's going to 7-game series, and y'all finna be tired playing the Timberwolves.
Yeah, that we could maybe win against OKC, but then be too tired and losing 6 to the T-Wolves.
Y'all losing. If y'all make it to the championship, y'all lose. The next 2 games y'all losing, because y'all look at everybody else. Everybody else won 4-1, 4-2. Y'all went 2 games with the Clippers, which is hard. Y'all finna go at least 6 or 7 games with the OKC. This looking like a sweep, but they finna give them a gentleman just because they lucky. They finna let them at least 1.
If Denver doesn't find a way to cover after being down 2-0, losing both games at home, and they the T-Wolves win in 4 or 5 games, and Dallas is in a 6 or 7 game series. Yeah, I think you're exactly right that the T-Wolves got young players already, and they're going to get extra rest. And you got Dallas being a little bit of an older team getting less rest. It's just a recipe for failure.
Tougher road, but
yeah. That I don't know. Hopefully.
Only way the Mavericks win the championship is if they make it all the way to the championship game and play the New York Knicks. Now it'll be fire. Jalen Brunson versus Luka. Championship game. That'd be fire. That's the only way.
Kyrie versus Brunson. It'll be I'm the guy that replaced you, and he's I'm the guy they should have kept.
Basically.
But no, Brunson wanted to leave. His dad's an assistant coach on the Knicks, and so he wanted to be on the same team as his dad. So you really can't hate on him for that. So, hopefully Brunson makes it to the finals, so then he can get swept by the Mavericks.
We'll see how it goes.
Because you ain't. If they try to, if the Knicks make it somehow by a miracle, beat the Celtics and make it to the finals, and Dallas is in the finals, they don't have anybody that can guard Luka. Josh Hart, DiVincenzo, and Brunson. Luka will score 50 points a game.
Hey,
he will bully all of them.
I'm pretty sure Brunson dropped a couple 50-pointers in practice on the.
Hey, Kyrie's been playing excellent defense. I would definitely love to see the battle of the littles.
I love to see that too. But moving on to Rookie of the Year, man. So it looks like here, Rookie of the Year, of course, Victor Wembanyama.
Victor.
He beat out Chat. I mean, I knew what was gonna happen. You already know this is basically business. This is strictly business. The NBA has been showing you Victor Wembanyama for the longest. They got his alien shoe coming out. Basically debuting. He's on the Spurs. He's the star of the Spurs.
Now, just to be clear, his alien shoe isn't like his own shoe that was built from scratch. what he is he has his own colorway of a Nike basketball shoe, but they made it like a player edition. Instead of the back just having like nothing or the Nike logo, they have like the alien head on there, because they say that Victor's an alien. So it's just a player edition of a shoe that's already existed. It's not his first pro model, but I believe that probably next year they're going to have the Victor Wembanyama 1. And I'm probably going to get it, man. I wonder if he's going to go with the low top or mid top, since he's a big. I think he plays in mostly like lows or mids. So it'll be definitely interesting to see. I was fortunately able to go to like a bunch of Spurs games. I think I went to over like 10 Spurs games this season and got to see Victor go up. The rest of his teammates played like garbage, and they usually lost between like 5 to 20 points. But Victor's highlights every night, man, like he made it worth it while you were there. Like he was definitely putting on a Sports Center top 10 if you're seeing him live. So, hopefully the Spurs build a team around him, and, they're able to possibly make the playoffs or play in within the next year or two. Because I think that's probably from the play in or playoffs, I think it's 1 to 2 years.
Do you think Victor Wembanyama is gonna win Defensive Player of the Year also, and be one of the people to win Rookie of the Year? I want to know who's the. I look it up. People that won Rookie of the Year
like
and
Tim
Defensive
Duncan?
Player of the Year at the same time. So it probably could have been Tim Duncan.
I don't even know if he did. That's who popped in my head.
Sure, we gotta see, but yeah, I mean, it was just by a landslide. I mean, there was no other rookie you can possibly think of
Now,
that basically could have won.
Let me give my piece.
Rookie of the Year?
I think Victor was by far the best rookie. Okay, but I'm gonna do a little bit of devil's advocate and say that when you're looking at the MVP at the end of the year for the most valuable player in the league, what are you looking at? You're looking at a team, a player that killed it stats-wise, and that was usually a top 4 team in the East or West. And if they're below that, they're usually not considered, because they're like, if they were really the MVP, their team would be better. Now, I know Rookie of the Year, most guys are on trash teams because, good rookies go to bad teams. But Chet, being a rookie, since he was injured his whole first year and didn't play, so he's still reclassified as a rookie, he was on OKC where every one of his points are important. Every one of his plays are important. And probably one of the toughest Western Conference in the last 20 years was one of the, top second, third option on a team that made it to number 1 in one of the toughest Western Conferences ever. We're getting 50 wins, and you're still getting like a 5, 6, 7 seed, even with 50 wins plus. So what do you think about that, co-host? Like, do you think that Chet should have got bonus points for him being on a team that's actually achieving something, versus Victor on a team that only won less than 20 games, basically the worst team in the league? So I don't know. I know Rookie of the Year is mostly they're all on bad teams, so you just look at the best player no matter what their team's doing. But I just wonder, do you think Chet got any, or should he have got any bonus points or looked at a little like extra credit since his team achieved so much?
Honestly, I feel like I feel like this is a business. So the fact that Chet should have won it, but at the same time Shay's on that team. He's on the.
Well, no, I'm just asking like for the different awards, is it different rules? Because for MVP, they clearly look at where your team is in the standings, but for Rookie of the Year, most of them are on bad teams, so it's usually not a factor. But this year it happened to be. I'm just wondering why it wasn't really looked at as a factor.
Honestly, it wasn't looked at as a factor because they want Victor Wembanyama to win it.
Yeah, I think you're right because of the marketing. I think since Nike is the number one, they're the sponsor of the NBA. They make all the jerseys for the whole league and the outfitter. They want their guy to be front and center. Is Chet with Nike or is he with Under Armour? Put it in the comments below. I'm not sure, but I wonder if this was like, hey, this guy's a phenomenon. He's like the biggest prospect since LeBron James. We have to give him.
Nobody has ever won. There's never in NBA history been a Rookie of the Year and a defensive player, and there's never been one in the same. It's never happened before. Never happened before.
Rookie of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, but so with the With the Rookie of the Year, I understand why he's winning it. I mean, with that, I feel like, yeah, to answer your question, with the MVP, it's more about overall how was
You
did
have
you
to do
make your
good enough
team?
as an individual, but also what did you do for your team?
Yeah, but I feel like when it comes to the like the defensive player of the year or the rookie of the year, it comes to like it goes to like the scoring championship, the scoring title. Like it's an individual type of thing. It doesn't matter how good the team was; it's how good were you. How many blocks did you do? How many points did you score? Now with the whole rookie of the year, like we said, it's just because Chat's on a balling team. He's not. He's on the team that's everybody's balling, so it's really not. It's really not
They're not
just
giving
him.
him the credit because he has so many good teammates.
Yeah, and it's basically like it's basically like how good really is he? Because like the whole with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the AB situation, like when AB left and you had Juju Smith-Schuster, and he said, only reason y'all saying he's good is because I'm there. And as soon as he left, I found out the truth. So it's like how good really is Chat? Like if you put Chat on
In Wemby's shoes, would he would have done any better?
yeah, basically, would he have done any better?
Yeah,
Or if you put him on,
I
if
see
you put
what
him on
you
the
mean.
Houston Rockets, would the Houston Rockets be top in the playoffs right now?
Do you have him or Rudy as your defensive player of the year? Because it's like that's another thing. I think of defensive player of the year that if you're playing defense to get a trophy to be the best defensive player in the league, shouldn't your team also be doing good? It's like how can you really be defending on that level if you're losing every game? So I don't know. I mean, I know like you can get the individual stats of like having like 2, 3, 4 blocks a game, and that being maybe a top 5 in the league and maybe getting a lot of rebounds and stuff. But it's almost like the same thing. Does he get any deductions for being on a bad team where Rudy Gobert is on the T-Wolves who are right now up 2-0 in the Western Conference semifinals, and does that factor into it at all? Does Rudy get bonus points because his team did good, was a top 3 seed, and made it to the second round? While Victor's team wasn't even a playing team?
I mean, with this one, I feel like they gon' either way it's gonna make me mad. Either way it's gonna make you mad. Either way it's gonna be once again defensive player of the year is gonna be.
This will be like Rudy's like what third or fourth?
Fourth one because he won 2018, 2019, and 2021, and NBA All. And he's been 6-time NBA All Defensive teams. I mean, honestly, with Wemby and his blocks, I feel like he never blocks you straight up. It's always like from the side. He's always a help defender.
He's always the weak side defender.
The weak side defender. So he comes and just catches you on the side. It catches you from side out of nowhere. So yeah. I mean, that's really the cheat code. I mean, he did break the record for most blocks as a rookie. I gotta give him that.
But yeah, we've seen when guys actually go at him and he's guarding him one-on-one and he's not the weak side help, that he actually gets abused sometimes. Like Şengün's a decent player, but he's not even an all-star. And he gave Wemby 50.
True.
And the Rockets were like a really bad team as well. So you got a guy from a scrub team dropping 50 on the defensive player of the year.
And then you know what? I think about it also with the whole rookie of the year. Chat knows that if he doesn't score 30 points, his team still has a chance. But with Wemby knows that if he doesn't score at least 25 points, they losing by 60. He has to score 25 to lose by 20.
I really hated, since I watched a lot of Spurs games, I really hated watching Popovich coach. I don't know if he's thinking about Wemby's long-term future or what, but Wemby, if you actually look at his minutes, you actually got to give him a little extra credit, I guess, here, because he wasn't really playing starters minutes. Starters play like 35 minutes a game. A lot of times Wemby's playing like between 25 and 28 minutes a game. So, like sometimes in the fourth quarter would start and you're like, oh, he's going to rest. Maybe he'll come back at like the 6-7 minute mark and play the end of the game. Sometimes he's not coming back into the game until like the 3-minute mark. And you're like, oh, well, they were close. They were within 5 points. And then you put Wemby on the bench and now they're down 15. So then you're going to put him in for a minute or two, and they're going to go out by 20, and then you're going to pull him out since they're up too much.
I'm not sure if there's like a minute restriction or there's like a minutes restriction in his contract, or is Greg Popovich still
tanking?
remembering? No, not
maybe they want another number one.
Yeah, maybe they want another number one. That's a choice. Or maybe you remember he went through the whole Yao Ming situation where like he played against Houston Rockets so many times. You've seen the only reason why Yao Ming didn't make it was because he had the foot injury. And when you're this tall and you moving around like he is, he's gonna get injured. So I guess
maybe they thought since he's a rookie, they want to like work him in slowly.
Yeah, work him in slowly so he don't hurt himself, pull anything, hurt anything, and he's tall. So I mean, and you remember Chad? Remember Chad had his foot. His foot got messed up with LeBron James and the whole thing. Game. So with these tall people with their foot, you always gotta pay attention to their feet.
Fasciitis.
You always gotta pay attention to their feet. So you want to keep them off their feet as much as possible. So you have to like find a situation, and he probably don't know how to coach. Like,
not to be a naysayer.
I mean, he knows how to coach, but he doesn't like it's this new age of coaching. Like, he doesn't know like. He's still stuck between, do I want to go with the whole old school way? Have I always been doing it? Or the 2014 Spurs way? Or should I go?
I mean, I think he's adapted enough when he had
they still don't shoot enough threes.
Spurs.
They shoot towards the bottom of 3-point attempts.
My only thing I worry about with Wemby is I'll agree with you on the point you were making just a second ago, is that his health. His health is going to be an area of major concern because I looked it up. At guys that are like taller than 7'2", they typically have like a 6-year career on average. You look at Yao, he was only like good for like 5.5 seasons. You look at like Bol, he was like only good for like 4 or 5 seasons. What's it called? Sean Bradley, I think, was only healthy for a handful of seasons.
Look at Joel Embiid, always in and out. Look at AD. Always, and they're not Davis.
They're not even in the range that I'm talking about. But yeah, it's really like anyone above 7 feet, unfortunately, has a history with injuries. I mean, even look at Brook Lopez, who was an all-star when he was on Brooklyn. He had a bunch of injuries that actually kept him out for a handful of years before he got productive again for the Bucks.
True. So I mean, yeah, it's just a lot of things that they could possibly be doing, but.
Yeah, when you're over 7'2", like, unfortunately, his history has shown that you play less than 10 years in the league.
Yep.
You play like you'll be lucky if you're playing like 8-9 years. That's like the long range, but a lot of guys end up playing only 4 or 5 years. So hopefully they're doing everything to bulk him up and keep his flexibility up so he could be in the league for a long time.
True, but we already know how that. Hopefully they have a whole better medical staff than they did when Kawhi Leonard was there. Because remember Kawhi Leonard?
No, that's Kawhi being paranoid and having his own medical staff.
I can picture it now, man. In 7 more years, you're finna see Tony Parker coming on there and be like, he's soft, just like Kawhi.
Oh yeah,
he's soft.
That was crazy.
Manu.
Was that a bigger call out than the Kendrick and Drake disses?
Yeah.
When Tony Parker said he was soft.
Yeah, cause I didn't even expect Tony to do that. That was
when he was like, I don't know, I had a way lesser injury and I came back way before.
Yeah. True.
And then Kawhi was like, trade me.
Oh Lord.
And then he showed him and he's like, I won a championship in Canada for Drake. And then immediately afterwards, it's like injured.
That's all he had left. Was that it? That was pretty much it. He got three rings? Why?
3 or 2. So I know he got. Was it just one with the Spurs?
Probably just one.
Yeah. Because I think they won one, lost one. Because they lost one to the. They lost one to the Heat because of Ray Allen. Hit the shot to save it, and then they came back and won, and then after that, I think the Spurs swept them.
Let me see. Yeah, I think you is right. 2-time champion, 2-time Finals MVP, 6-time All-Star, 3-time All-Team.
He's 2-1 in the finals. Yeah.
Okay. But he
won one, lost one against LeBron. But man, when they played, it was so funny. Is that they barely beat the Spurs that first year against the Spurs, and then that second year, these Spurs spanked them.
Yeah, cheated.
Spanked them back.
Yeah, smoked the dog out.
Dwayne, yeah, that happened. Oh, sorry, I forgot to bring us back on screen. But Dwayne Wade looked like a bum. Like he was already starting to age,
Yeah,
like where
he
he
had
was
bad
gonna
knees by that
retire
time.
in like 2 or 3 years. Like he was already done.
He really should have took the Chris Bosh role.
Remember when he went to Chicago for a little bit?
It's horrible. He just
And then
wanted
he
to go
went
back home.
and then he went to Cleveland to try to help LeBron, and then he was like,
And then
"I
LeBron kicked
can't
him
do
all
it."
off the team.
Yeah, they needed a walker.
He cut
for him.
everybody off. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry, Dwayne Wade. But moving
Dwayne
on.
Wade is the original Donovan Mitchell, like the 6'4" shooting guard. You're like he's a little undersized, but like he's muscular and athletic enough that it doesn't matter.
Dwayne Wade was a lot bigger than what's the name?
Who?
Than Donovan Mitchell.
They're the same height.
Talk about bulk wise.
I don't know.
Yeah, because you didn't want to run through Dwayne Wade. You didn't want to be there when Dwayne Wade was cut through, being the Flash, cut through the hoop.
I remember that one like MVP season he had after the Olympics in 2012. I think it was like the 2013 season. He was absolutely amazing. And but the one thing I remember is he was averaging like 35 points a game, and they went against the Lakers, and he was giving it to Kobe, and then like the Lakers like ended up like getting it to like 2, and then Kobe did like a wild 3 where Dwayne Wade played perfect defense on him and he banked it in. And the Lakers won. And it was like, God dang, I had like 40 points, 15 assists, and we still lost.
It's horrible. Almost horrible as the WNBA. So if you didn't know, the WNBA preseason is going on right now. But you wouldn't know that because right now, only thing they're showing is Caitlin Clark. If you didn't know...
Break me off a piece of that, Caitlin Clark.
Exactly. So if you didn't know, the Fever just played the Wings. They lost 79-73. That was a crazy game. Remember we saw that Enrique girl ball. Enrique girl. You remember that name?
That's not her name. I know I'm trolling, but it sounds like in the announcer state it sounds like Enrique.
Exactly.
But she was hitting threes after threes. She had a full-on Kyrie moment where she called her own shot. She didn't even need a pick. She said, I'm ISOing and I'm doing a step-back 3 in this girl's mouth. And Caitlin Clark, I think, had a turnover and then an air ball at the end of the game.
Pretty much. Yeah, she got. And yeah, she's like, I got fouled. She did get fouled.
You know what's weird is she was wearing these, what are those, Kobe 6s? But they looked like they were, like, super old.
To probably her work. I mean, Lucky Shoes.
No, but I wonder, I don't know about Lucky Shoes, but I mean, I guess. But I wonder if she, like, bought them off of, like, eBay or something because it's, like, a colorway you can't get now. They haven't remade it. But, yeah, fans were also Caitlin Clark, so she played well. She pushed off. She stiff-armed some poor girls
to the floor.
Unforgivable, and then hit a 3 and then wanted to do the flopping symbol, which was just mean, Caitlin. She's always doing hand gestures. She's always giving them this. We're giving them this for flopping.
True, but I can tell with the Indiana Fever, they are giving her...
Or if you're Kendrick...
Horrible coming out. But I can tell that they are giving Caitlin Clark a lot of trust with the team. They're passing her the ball. They're expecting her to take the last shot and take the last shot during the last seconds of the game from Erica Wheeler. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, they're really trying to give her the spotlight in Indiana, and they can really let her be the next Steph Curry.
She couldn't have went to a better place.
Pretty much.
Indiana is like one of those like middle of nowhere states that like most people don't go to. Yeah, sorry, Indiana.
Basically,
I
mean, to go from having that many untelevised games to having like almost over 30 televised games this season.
Yeah, because they sucked, and I think they, but Indiana's where the cornfields are,
basically,
and that they're actually
Michael Jackson,
the home state of Larry Bird, and if I'm not mistaken, maybe basketball originated in Indiana.
Yeah, I think so.
And
yeah,
it's like Hoosiers was Indiana, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So like Indiana has a lot of basketball pride and history. So now that they got like the female Great White Hope and Caitlin Clark, like the lady incarnation of Larry Bird, Indiana's gonna be all on board, man. I could imagine that all of the Fever's home games are gonna go crazy.
They are going crazy. I mean, like
Indiana is a basketball. You know how Texas is like a football state?
Yeah.
Indiana's a basketball state.
I can see that. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree.
They take pride in their basketball heritage.
I agree with that. I mean, they take so much pride in it. They're getting televised everywhere. This actually, I watched this game right before the playoff game. I watched the whole thing. Comment down below. Let me know how y'all feel about the Indiana Fever. How far y'all think they're gonna make it, and then we're gonna talk about. It's just
people
horrible.
were mad that the Angel Reese's WNBA debut, that was a preseason game, was not on actual TV, not even in their local in Chicago, that you had to go online and stream it. I think probably the streaming is free because I've watched a few WNBA games, and then unless they change it, it's usually free on the website.
Yeah, they said it wasn't down. It was down. People, they were saying that people were going to the NBA the NBA app to watch the videos, watch the game.
It was crashing,
and it was crashing. It wasn't working for a lot of people. So somebody random put up a link on X showing the game. They said 2 million. Other people saying 200,000 people tuned in to watch it.
2 million views.
To watch it, but I mean, they didn't even know the coach and everything for the Angel Reese's team didn't even know that the game wasn't basically wasn't being showed. She was surprised. What happened?
What do you rate the Bayou Barbie?
I mean, I think she dropped like 10 or 13. She dropped like got 10 points, 13 rebounds. I mean,
and her other superstar teammate, was it Collazo?
Carmela Cardoza. She's out for 4 to 6 weeks. She got an injury during the first preseason game. I mean,
they were going to be the Twin Towers, but I guess that's just more shots for Angel Reese. I hope she averages like 15 and 10, and maybe a block or two.
I mean,
would you let her be your shawty?
Horrible, you funny. No, but
you wouldn't want Angel Reese. She's how tall is she? Like 6'4"?
Too tall. Way too tall. Chicago Skies. Chicago Skies.
Yeah, I already knew the team. You just gotta ask me.
My fault. But yes, so I mean, Chicago Skies played their first preseason game. They lost. I mean,
my coach already got the WNBA League pass just to watch Angel Reese's all of her games.
But how do you feel about this hype? Were they feeding us fake hope with, oh yeah, the jerseys are selling out, everybody's buying all the Angel Reese jerseys and Caitlin Clark jerseys?
I mean,
but
I don't know.
The game not even televised. And
I
NBA
feel like everyone just likes sometimes to make news that's random because like at the end of the day, it's preseason. Like, how are you going to judge them off of like day one of preseason?
I give you that.
And then if you go off of it, I bet that you would actually be good numbers because I don't know what the numbers are on the broadcast of the Indiana Fever game because I believe that was on ESPN.
Yeah, it's on ESPN.
But to get 2 million views on X for a WNBA game, I mean, that hats off. I mean, that's amazing.
It's amazing. I mean, if y'all want to check them out, I mean, we dropping this episode.
Shout out to Dallas Swing Cell for being Caitlin Clark and ruining her debut.
Horrible. So if you're watching this episode today, the Sky finna play the Liberty, then they finna play the Wings, then they finna play the Wings. God, they playing the Wings again. And then,
they're gonna get murked.
It's horrible. The Sky finna play the Liberty. They keep playing the Sky. Oh yeah, it's not that many teams in the WNBA. I forgot. But yeah, comment down below how you feel about the WNBA. Will you guys be watching? Do you feel like the hype is gonna die down? This is only some college hype because I mean it's college. I mean, of course you're gonna have big televised games. You're in college. It's a big school. They get free tickets.
We'll see if they'll be able to make that audience transfer, but I think it at least will for a little bit. Since it was literally so close, since they were literally playing in March Madness like a month and a half ago.
Yep.
So I think it's gonna transfer. I mean, 2 million views on a WNBA preseason game. I mean, that's pretty unheard of.
It is, and the fact that we're talking about it, the fact that a lot of people are talking about it,
it's making podcasts talk. And the only way to help these ladies is to go to their games, and pay money and support them, because the more revenue that the WNBA makes, the more revenue that they can pass on to the players. So if you're unhappy with the WNBA salaries, you need to go and support. I actually miss that we used to have the Silver Stars,
yes,
and then they moved to Las Vegas. Now they're the Las Vegas Aces, and they won back-to-back championships. It's like, you jerks. We couldn't have our Silver Stars won back-to-back championships. And you know what even is the biggest like kick you while you're down moment?
What?
They just did a revamp of the Aces jersey, and their jerseys were like black and gold.
Uh-huh.
Guess what their new colors are?
Black and gray?
Black and gray or silver. So they're literally using the Spurs colors in Las Vegas. It is absolute disrespect. And I wish that they were in San Antonio.
Yeah, we do miss them. We do need another team. But comment down below, who's your favorite WNBA team? Who you going for? Who's going to be winning MVP? Is Caitlin Clark going to win Rookie of the Year? I mean, you see she just dropped 21 points, 5 threes made. I She out there really balling. She looking like Steph Curry.
She looks like whenever I score on you.
Lies. But speaking of scoring on,
I
man.
think I put up 35 on my coast in the tournament.
Speaking of horrible. Speaking of putting up, I'm about to put up this right hand to my co-host's face, man. If you didn't watch it, man, my dog Canelo just had his fight this past weekend. He just won unanimous decision against Mungoa. I don't even know how to pronounce the name right. To stay undisputed super middleweight champion. They came in at, it was the 165 weight class. I think they none of them came in at 165. One came in at 167. One came in at 168. But I mean, it was just a master class. A lot of people were saying that this is one of Canelo's best fights out in a long time. I mean, in the beginning of the fight, I thought Canelo was finna lose. The kid was coming out there. You know, he was coming out there putting up a good defense, throwing a couple hands, but it started to change. Once the later rounds came in the 4th, 5th, 6th round, you seen Canelo come in with the 3-piece combo and dropped him in the 4th round also. Came with a 3-piece combo, hit him, and I didn't see Mungawa having anything for that. The 3-piece combo, he couldn't stop it at all. Canelo kept hitting his arms, so it was making it hard for him to block. So I mean, it was just a real big letdown. But a lot of people were saying that the kid actually did pretty good. I mean, they're saying that this is a real good fight. He didn't look as bad as the last fight the Charlo dude did against Canelo, which everybody remember. Charlo versus Canelo was just horrible. Charlo didn't do anything he was supposed to do. It was like once he got knocked down, he got knocked down. But with this, he gave Mungawa his first knockdown. I can see a lot of things coming after it, a lot of things good for this kid coming future. But with Canelo being 33 years old, having fought so many fights,
oh, did you forgot to tell him, co-host?
They're what?
We're not a boxing channel.
Oh Lord.
We're doing a podcast about current events. We watch a little bit of UFC and boxing. We are not boxing experts. So if you are coming to this channel for experts, this is not it. We will admit we are boxing and UFC casuals. We are NBA super fanatics, so we will give you our honest opinions on that. And we do very well on NFL knowledge. But boxing and UFC, that is not our bread and butter, you little haters.
Exactly. So with this whole situation, David Benavidez was there. A lot of people have been saying that Canelo been ducking.
Doesn't he weigh a lot more?
Benavidez. I mean, Benavidez is moving up to the 175 class because he feels like he can dominate that. I don't see Canelo moving up to that weight class. So I mean, them fighting probably won't happen to a long, long time away, just like the whole Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather thing.
I mean, especially if the weight's too different, that just won't happen because, boxing is all about matching weights or, or being within like 5 pounds. What's crazy is nowadays it was like they have to be the exact weight. I always thought back in the day, correct me if I'm wrong, because again, I'm not a boxing fanatic, I'm a boxing casual. I thought that they say back in the day they'd have to be like between 5 pounds, like between like 160, 165. Mm-hmm. But I feel like now it's like they weigh in and they'll both be like both exactly 160, or one will be like 159 and the other one will be 160, but they're both like exactly on target. It's kind of weird how dialed it in it is nowadays.
It is crazy, but we got a video right here of David Benavidez at the fight. Canelo calling him up to the ring, but he ain't want to come. And then we got a surprise person saying they want some of Canelo next also.
You want what?
Number one, baby.
Jake, would you still fight Canelo after watching that?
Yeah, I mean, he's got to come talk with us. I'm going to get the cruiserweight belt, and then Canelo can come and see me.
How is he going to get the cruiserweight belt? Isn't he heavyweight?
Yeah, right. If you already know, I mean, Jake Paul's about to fight Tyson at 230. So I mean, him going all the way down to 165 ain't gonna happen. Like you said, he got to basically
Get cancer?
basically to
Oh my God.
even go to that. So that won't even happen. But I mean, a lot of people are saying that Canelo should be fighting Crawford. Terrence Crawford, the next fight, even though I mean not next fight, the next fight that Canelo most likely want to fight is basically Mexican Independence Day in August, but they say basically in December, January time frame, Canelo should fight Bud. That'd be a great fight because remember Bud fought Errol Spence, and he was like, "Oh nah, Errol don't deserve that rematch." That'd be a good one, but I mean, we got to see how Canelo is because Canelo's doing his best Floyd Mayweather impression where he's basically picking and choosing all his weaker fight.
That's something that Jake Paul exactly would want to do. He'd want to fight someone that's like 40, 50 pounds below him.
Basically, fight him in an exhibition fight.
Yeah.
Make a whole. I mean, you can. I can see them making almost the same amount of money from a Jake Paul exhibition fight as they would make with a regular boxing match. Because I mean, he does bring money. Even though he put Nate Robinson to sleep. And he lost to Tyson Fury's brother.
50 Tyson.
Funny. But I mean,
shout out 50 Tyson.
Horrible. But I mean, this is great. Yeah, this is great for boxing. I mean, this is a great fight. A lot of people came out to watch it. I mean, they said a lot of people. He didn't watch it, but a lot of people.
I watched the highlights.
UFC one.
I watched the clips. I watched UFC was going on, and I watched. Again, I don't know everyone's name. I'm not a UFC fanatic, but I do like to check out the fights lately. That one guy that did like a backflip and like landed on that dude's head.
Yeah.
And they were gonna disqualify him, but they're like, oh, he kind of landed on more neck than head. We're gonna allow it. And they let him get the dub.
All this happened on the same day. Like WWE Backlash happened, this fight happened, and UFC all happened on the same day. So I mean, a lot of people couldn't watch this, but I mean, people are gonna stay tuned for the next fight, the Gervonta Davis versus Frank Martin fight. That's gonna come up real soon. That's gonna be a good fight. Tyson Fury finna have a heavyweight fight real soon, so we're gonna have to talk about that. Comment down below how you feel about this Canelo fight. Do you really feel like it was unanimous? Do you give some to the Mangawa?
Canelo's the new Floyd.
Yeah, basically
he's picking and choosing his fights as he gets older and older. He's picking opponents that he
knows
knows that he can beat.
Everybody ain't Ryan Garcia.
He ain't taking chances like that because why mess up the bag? Especially if you want to, box into your older ages. And he's probably picking opponents that's not going to make him punch drunk. And, get him all da-da-da towards the end of his career.
He's not punching as much anymore. He's not doing this 5-6 punch. Yeah, he's punching less. I mean, he's trying to conserve his Andrew, not getting as many knockouts, but I mean, Canelo's still one of the best pound for pound in his division. I mean, I don't really see that many people coming up that's gonna knock him out besides Benavidez, but that ain't gonna happen probably till like 5 more years from now.
I'd knock
at least 3 more years from now, 3. But moving on, man, it's time. What, you knock him out? He'll knock you out. I mean, you weigh more.
No, I said knock you out.
But you ain't gonna knock me out. But
hit him with the judo chop.
Hit him with the Devin Haney jab.
What is that? Like where you faint? You faint and fall to my knees?
You got jokes, pause. Nah, but
no diddy.
Speaking of no pausing, man, it's time to talk about that music because you already know it's Music Mondays. We got Goku
DJ
and
Popsicle.
Goku.
I thought you were DJ Popsicle.
You got jokes.
Well, yeah, we got Goku turning Super Saiyan.
This is our longest episode ever.
It's because of you. We got Music Mix number 5, finally up to 15 videos. If you want an extensive playlist, you could check out 1 through 4. I think they all have over 100 songs each. Usually, most of them have more than 200 songs each. Music Mix number 5 is new, and we only got up to 15 videos. So let us know down in the comments if you want any other songs added to Music Mix number 5. It is Fuego. But we're going to talk about the new music coming out. The Ty Dolla $ign, Vultures 2, and Yee album was suspected to drop, but it actually did not.
Horrible.
Snot, Lancey Fox,
Bad was
Lil Mabu,
was good,
and NBA Young Girl, Money Bag Yo, The Baby.
That was good.
Conway the Machine, Huncho, who's banging everyone and their mother.
Literally.
Glock 40, Phoenix Flexin'.
It was
and
nothing
a whole
really.
bunch of other
It was really
people I've
nothing
never
good
heard of.
came out. I mean, you know, everything was flooded.
Oh, yeah, why
Kendrick.
even drop right now when Kendrick and Drake are dissing back and forth nonstop? You know you ain't gonna get no play.
That's what that dude
They're
said.
only
Four
listening
bats.
to the disses.
Four bats posted up and said, "Can Kendrick Lamar and them stop posting so much so people can listen to my album?" But he still got number one.
I cannot wait till Thursday night. Supposedly Chief Keef is allegedly dropping Almighty So 2. It's been like 2.5 years delay. We'll see if he drops it and it's some mid. I'm a real Chief Keef fan. I will let you know if he drops some mid. Because if it's this many years he's pulling a Kendrick, where the only music we're getting is leaks, and I know how to get the leaks, and he comes out with something mid, I'm going to be heated. Supposedly he has another Sexy Red feature. He got a G Herbo feature. What's his friend's hair? Lil Nar. Lil Nar. And Ball Out. And some other person. No Tato. Where's the Golden Child? How do you leave out the Golden Child? And we're talking about Chief Keef. We might as well play. R.I.P. Slick. Slick passed away. I'll just give him a quick shout out. That's one of Chief Keef's friends. But we're going to go into our music picks of the week. With my co-host being the ultimate traitor, the ultimate phony believer, after he was screaming, hold Drake, that Drake was right the whole time during the Drake and Kendrick debate. His music pick in full traitor, flip-flopper fashion. Kendrick Lamar.
What?
Not Like Us is my co-host's pick.
So wait, I get the flip-flopper title again?
You never not lost it.
What?
It's always been there. It's like Tom Brady's asterisk. It's like right next to your name, it's a flip-flop emoji.
Oh, Lord, man. You already know, man. Not Like Us. Banger. I can't lie, man. Kendrick Lamar did it. This song is fire. It's tearing up all the California streets. Anybody that know how to dance is doing this. Man, I got a little small snippet of it here. You know my dog, K-Dot, said he gonna let us play it. And we better not get a copyright for it. Get a copyright for it. I'm canceling all y'all.
Yeah, I'm not playing the whole thing. With your little
It's
small
only like 20
snippet.
seconds.
That's about how long you last.
It's good enough.
Psst. I see dead people.
Hey, monster on the beat, ho, Debo, any rat nigga, he a freak throw, man down, call like Amber Lambs, tell him breathe.
Haters. But hey, man, that's my pick, man. Shout out
Probably already got us.
Shout out my dog K-Dot. Man, not like us.
Shout out the real Dot. The realest of the dots. Shout out my boy
D-Dot?
S-Dot.
Oh, Lord. Didn't he snitch?
S-Dot never snitch.
Oh,
S-Dot. Comment down below. You comment down below yourself. I will backhand this man in the next episode. And the intro, I'm like, hey, we got a special request. And you're going to be like, what's the request? Tell me. I'm like,
horrible. The lies.
Coming from S-Dot. All the way from the Shy. Hit him with the waka.
Speaking of Wakai, man, we got my co-host pick.
So what do you rate
10.
Not Like Us? Even though it's all lies and fantasies?
It's still 10. I mean, I ain't say actuality.
Would you rather your cheeks get packed or be called a pedo? One or the other.
I'd rather not be involved with any of the two.
It's the Kendrick Drake debate. Do you want the worst of the worst? There's people calling Drake all kinds of weird stuff. They're saying he's a Mr. File. Would you want to be have file accusations or your cheeks took?
I'd rather none of them. I refuse. And
Comment
I'm
below.
J. Cole. I'm out of this.
Oh, you're J. Cole? You're Switzerland? That's like when you're like I'm not in this.
Basically.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what.
You know what? It's your pick. You got to go with your boy Kendrick.
You know?
Host is Team Kendrick. That's Team Pound Town. Team Browntown. Pound Town, Browntown. Then we got the guy, that's me, picking the team winner.
Why didn't I put a video for yours?
By Family Matters, because you're a certified hater, certified sabotager.
I hate the way you look. I hate the way you dress. I hate the way you smell. I hate the way you walk. I hate the way you tie your shoes.
At the end of the day, they both corny. I don't want to hear about these put in pop allegations. I want to hear about how y'all are gonna murk each other.
So you really don't like these beef songs. You want to
talk about. I mean, I listen to Chicago music all the time. They're talking about catch a blackin', standing over, doing them dirty, smoking on a pack, smoking on the Tuka pack.
Yeah, then they're doing all this nice quadruple entendre type stuff. Imagine if Chief Keef did a quadruple entendre.
Chief Keef's still smoking on Tuka. He said it the other day. He said, I woke up, smoked Tuka, ate some lunch, smoked Tuka. Then I brushed my teeth with a little Tuka.
Horrible, man. But that's my co-host pick, man. He picked Drake, Family Matters. But we need y'all to please follow us on X, aka old Twitter.
You know what I realized?
What?
This episode has been sponsored by Duck's Ashes.
He's 2 hours in. He just saying crazy stuff now.
I'm 2 hours in. So I've watched this long.
You're horrible.
Just know that those ashes are composed of a little bit of duck and a little bit of brick.
Oh, it's right here? The video? On the background?
Yeah.
Get off. Get out here. Press the button. Press the button.
Duck, brick, and Tuka.
Oh, Lord.
Smoking like a hookah.
But speaking of hookahs, man, follow us on Twitter, Fearless Supreme 305, Papa O Block. Make sure you hit that like button.
Don't follow me on there. Don't tweet.
Hit that like button, that comment button, that subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell. Same. Also,
I will tweet. I do tweet. I used to live tweet every UFC fight, but then I gave it up because then I was like, it's too much.
I can't do both.
I can't watch the fight and tweet the fight. No, but they do have the little breaks, which help.
True.
You know, every like 3 minutes there's a break.
I give you that.
But like, comment, subscribe. Check out this channel, the clip channel, the gaming channel. Get us to 10K subs on the reaction channel. Super thanks on any of our YouTube partner channels, which is this channel, Tales from the Crib, TFTC Clips, and Crib Reactions. We are allowed to see super thanks on all 3 of those channels. Support us there. You could do a request. Give us a comment. Say something hater. If you're paying us, I don't care what you're saying. Checking us out on Crib Reactions. We got a Patreon over there. You could super support us there. And shoot, you could even DM us on our Instagram, Tales from the Crib 2.0. That's our QR code. You could DM us there on Instagram, and I will give you either our Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal, and we will do your request on Crib Reactions. We will do your request of a topic on Tales from the Crib. And, of course, if it's a topic on Tales from the Crib, it's going to be on TFTC's Clips. So scan the QR code for Tales from the Crib, QR code for TikTok until the government bans it. I mean, are you going to be excited, Coach?
Of course.
Once they ban TikTok?
Hell yeah. Forget TikTok. They've effed up algorithm. They don't want to give me no more views no more. But I got y'all. I'm going to break the code.
Their algorithm is racist.
Facts.
But speaking of great tunes, we need an outro song. Let me bring it back. All right.
I just want to start off. Shout out my dog Drewski for making it possible. All dreams come true.
We're on screen, guys.
Shout out my girl Keyshia Cole for keeping thought hope alive. Jocelyn, put that white down. I forgot that some gala things going on right now. We gonna talk about that later. But like, hey man, Kendrick Lamar, Drake beef going on.
Drake won. If you like Kendrick, you're a nerd.
I'm Team Kendrick. He Team Drake. You already know.
Except this man, this dog Kendrick, the whole topic show.
We slapping girls with crab legs like JT.
Misogyny.
Throwing people over the escalator like Jim Jones.
Hanging them over the balcony like Vanilla Ice.
And you know we ain't choking like the Denver Nuggets. We winning things over here.
Joke? How you gonna choke out the Joker?
He a joke. But make sure you hit that like button, comment button, that subscribe button. Thank y'all. We almost at 2K on this podcast channel. We wouldn't be without y'all.
Let us know if you want us to freestyle the intro next time, so I can show my co-host how to rap. But thanks for tuning in. Chico Grande, Chico 2 times, Felix Supreme 305. We are Tales from the Crypt. We will see you next Tuesday.